Does people eating bananas make you uncomfortable? Matt, why don't you answer that one?
People eating bananas?
Yeah, it's making uncomfortable.
Make me uncomfortable. Are we talking about Will Ferrell? What's going on?
No, this is just an icebreaker. This is just a throw around.
It's like,
this is just a throw around.
Why
Matt.
is maybe if somebody took the banana and shoved it in their ass, like in the produce section at the Jewel, maybe I'd be a little uncomfortable. But no, eating a banana, that's fine.
Normally, it's good.
No.
Eric, how about you?
Yeah, I don't. It's not that uncomfortable.
Are you a
for
tear
me.
off? Do you tear off pieces of banana when you eat it, or do you just like go at it?
No, so I open it from not the stem part. I open the way you're supposed to.
Yeah, that's another debatable thing
you
about
gotta
bananas. Is they say that it's meant to be opened, like the monkeys open it at the bottom, not by the stem.
And by the way, if there's any people from the East Coast watching the show, we're saying the word banana, but to you guys, it's bananer.
Banana.
Yeah.
You put an R at the end of it.
Yeah.
And they have
then Mike,
Quaffy.
Quaffy and some bananas.
So when I was in college out on the East Coast in Maryland, are we going? Oh, we're doing it. Okay.
Oh, there you go. He's
The
getting his beer.
percentage, baby.
I went to college with a lot of kids from the East Coast, like New York and Boston and stuff.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Steve.
Let's go.
This is all planned.
Yeah,
by the way.
no.
That was.
And actually, let me get this answer on his banana here. Does it make you feel uncomfortable about banana here at all?
If they eat it normally, it's fine if they eat it at a normal pace. But one time in high school, I had to wrestle a girl, and I saw her scarfing this banana before the match, like fast. I was like, man, she's going to kick my ass. And she did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I lost.
One thing you got to know is that chicks in wrestling
so purely
are better
based
than you.
off the way she was eating the banana, you knew she was going to kick your ass.
It was aggressive. It was so aggressive. And she went to a richer high school than me, so that usually will do
Yeah,
it.
it's good at testing you losing.
Yeah.
Bonfire banter. We're back.
So unsmooth.
No, nice.
Tonight, we have a fantastic cast out here. We are talking about Will Ferrell movies, everything comedy. We're going to probably get off topic a little bit here, as we always do. But we have Matt Kissane coming back out here tonight. Thank you, Matt, for joining us. Matt's
Thank you.
fourth time on.
I drove all the way in from Villa Park. All right.
Yeah.
I got to get something out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll validate your parking as well.
Thanks.
And then we have Eric. This is Jess's cousin coming out. He was commenting on some stuff. So,
Yeah.
point to be made that
Pleasure to be here.
if you're commenting and you're
Little
paying
nepotism?
attention,
Yeah.
if you're paying
Nepotism.
attention, we're gonna bring you out and put
That's
you on the panel. So thank you, Eric, for coming out, man.
Thanks. Thanks
And
for
I
having
think
me.
you got a nice point of view to put to us tonight with the Will Ferrell movie. So
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm ready to hear your opinions here.
Yeah.
And then we have Mr. Mike Stricker,
Yeah.
the one and only. Mike and me went to college together, and he's been doing some big things since then. Bunch of comedy stuff.
Mike,
yeah,
there you
killing
go.
it.
Oh, thank you, guys.
I know you just had a show last night in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
And you said it was at a brewery or something
It
like
was
that?
at a brewery in Menasha, Wisconsin, and it was awesome. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really fun. Now I'm in Elmhurst, but it feels like Joliet. I don't know what the...
So, we are talking, we're not going to go any deeper into that. York Furrier, thank you so much. We have some fantastic sponsors. We just want to shout them out really fast. They've been on since day one. Fine outerwear and fur since 1931. More Brewing Company. We got some beers we're going to be trying tonight, guys.
Great.
So we got a couple
love beer.
different things. It was More Brewing Company's 4th anniversary. They're in Villa Park in Huntley. So we're going to be trying some of their stuff, and I'm pretty excited about it. So, Mike's and Casey's Meat Markets. We were just talking about some possible potential with some new upcoming episodes with getting Mike's and Casey's back involved. So, I'll leave that a secret right now. But thank you, Dave Casey, over there for helping us out before and with the Superfans episode and all that. Jay and Jill Create. We love you guys. Be talking to you soon, Jay. Get that tattoo here. Claremont Collections. We're going to be doing something there eventually. At the end of the summer, I think, is when we're going to be going back to Claremont. Check them out. They're in Chicago. It's like this specialty car museum. It's like 450 cars. It's a private collection. It's pretty badass. Consume cannabis. If you're going to consume it, consume cannabis. All right?
Also, I would like to just throw in
Yeah.
a new advertiser, the Jizz Shack.
The Jizz Shack.
Yeah,
Where's that
they're-
located?
Okay, so here's what they do. If you're too embarrassed to go and buy an adult toy, they will have it. You can order it, and they'll deliver it right to your house within like 30 minutes.
30
The
minutes.
Jizz Shack.
This is the service.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
like a Jimmy John's for sex.
Yeah. And if you don't get there within 30 minutes, they help you use it the first time or something like that.
I don't know what. I don't know.
Service with a
Sweaty teenager just comes
But thank you.
And a thank you to Angel Fancies, by the way, before we get too off topic. Angel Fancies, she's been hooking us up with these new signs. Looking fantastic. There's one in the tent as well. Guys, if you could flip around for me, show them the new sign in the back as well. These look fantastic. Thank you for Margie over there, making us look better than we are. No, we're really
That's what
good.
show business is all about.
We got Vanna White, you know.
So,
Nice.
to the topic here. Will Ferrell, couple things. First thing I want to kind of bring up. I did some Second City stuff, and
Yeah.
my favorite thing about Will Ferrell is his outtakes. You go see him in Talladega Nights outtake, he has the PSA, and it's like a different thing every time.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's brilliance to me. That he's got 7 options that are funnier than anybody else's shit. And any one of them can be used, and they're all gold. And I
agree with that. Yeah,
improbability.
the outtakes from Ricky Bobby from The Legend of Ricky Bobby are
so
fantastic.
funny.
They're good,
So funny.
especially when they're doing the Asian
commercials.
candy commercial. And just because he keeps cracking up.
Yeah.
It's funny shit, man.
He has, have you guys seen Eastbound and Down, Danny McBride?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's in that.
Yeah, he's in that as Ashley Schaefer. He's
Yes.
He's the used car dealership or a car dealership owner, and he's hilarious.
Yeah, it's
And
funny, man.
I had some buddies that talk about the outtakes and never actually seen the show itself.
Okay.
But it's like him, Danny McBride, and Craig Robinson, all face to face, this close to each other, and he's just saying the most hilarious shit, and they're all dying. And it's I don't know how they get through any of it, or anyone gets anything done on these sets, because that's what I love about Will Ferrell first and foremost. But what's one of your not with the main bangers of Will Ferrell, but what of his maybe smaller roles? What are some of your favorites there?
Oh man, I mean, I like the big ones, obviously.
Yeah.
But I love. I just feel like people don't talk about Semi-Pro enough.
Semi-Pro
Oh,
is funny.
dude.
And,
Yeah.
and granted, the
Air 5.
Yeah.
Air 5. I love Semi-Pro, and I feel like he was the main character. And I will say that was it Don Cheadle? Was that? I always forget his name in the movie where he got shot through the
Tim
cast.
Meadows.
Tim Meadows.
Tim Meadows,
yeah.
He got shot and he had the cast on.
Will
and they're
Arnett-
all like
Will
babies.
Arnett
Like,
shot him, I think.
I did get shot. And
Oh, yeah.
That was the funniest line
Yes,
in the movie. But
absolutely.
Will Ferrell was good. But man, lesser known stuff. Obviously Wedding Crashers, because
Yeah.
he was not he was not a main, but he stuck out so hard with the whole Meatloaf thing.
I
Oh,
felt like
great
they did in the trailers. You didn't know that Will Ferrell was in that movie,
right.
Until you were in theaters and
It was
you
a
saw him
hidden,
pop out.
a hidden gem.
I was thinking about that the other day because he plays a guy that hooks up with chicks
Yeah.
at wakes, at funerals.
Well, that's where he eventually got. And progressed to that.
And then at the end, they for some reason they show him at a funeral, and he's like, "Oh my god, it's so sad." And then he's got his arm around some chick, and he's like,
So funny.
The meatloaf.
The Meatloaf.
"Mom, meatloaf."
I never know she's doing that here.
He lives with his mom. He's such a loser, but
yeah.
he's with these.
I tell you
Now
what, man.
what do they call
He's
the
got,
big
like,
Japanese coat? What is it called?
He's
Like a
got the,
kimono or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was, because of my stature, I'm better at doing an impersonation of Chris Farley. But if I was taller and thinner,
Yeah.
I would be happy to go out as Ron Burgundy.
Oh, yeah. Can you
Oh,
give me a
man.
little Ron Burgundy?
Sure. Well, thank you for tuning in today, San Francisco. No, wait a minute. Thank you for tuning in today. This is Ron Burgundy. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Fuck yourself, San Diego. He's like, good show, everybody. Good show. That was
Thank you.
great.
Yes.
He's like, you're fired. You're fired.
You're
Bing bong.
fired. Ba-da-beep-ba-boop.
Yeah.
I love Scotch.
No, Ron, I actually have to fire you. Ed,
Go fuck yourself.
sweet brick. No, wait. No, what was the weather guy's name in Anchorman?
It was Brick.
Brick.
Yeah.
Was it Brick? Sweet Brick.
Yeah.
Sweet Brick. Milk was a bad idea.
Yeah. No, milk was a bad choice.
Milk was a
It's like
bad choice.
dripping down. his
I should
face.
have watched more.
I'm in a glass
Will
cage
Ferrell
of
movies.
emotions.
Yeah.
I knew them all, man. I knew them all by heart. Here's a funny story for you guys. You'll enjoy this. I got a lot of wacky showbiz stories. So when I was working at WGN Morning News, we got invited to a special premiere showing at the Hollywood Boulevard movie theater in Woodridge for
a nice place.
for Anchorman.
Okay, yeah.
And so we all dressed up. It was me, Mike Toomey, Jeff Hoover, Paul Conrad, and a couple of other guys. We all dressed up like 70s news reporters.
That's
okay.
awesome.
And we went down there, we hung out, and they did like this whole promo thing. I actually have a picture of it still. And it was really cool. But I got to see one of the very first screenings of Anchorman before, like, anybody else. It was really cool. And I just remember being blown away and thinking to myself, this is going to be one of those legendary comedies that goes on and people talk about, like Airplane and Animal House and Blues Brothers forever,
Yep. And
It was
it
great.
is.
And it is.
It's
so good.
I guess on the topic of Anchorman, what's your guys' take on the second Anchorman?
Weird. Very weird.
I liked it for the simple fact that I could watch those guys go up and read the dictionary, and I would be like happy with it because I'm just a huge fan. I can do anything. I think it's funny.
agree with that. I agree with
So
it.
like, it wasn't great. The story made no sense. It was ridiculous, but
So for me, like one of the big things that with Anchorman 2 was the comedy wasn't fresh, right?
Yeah.
So one of my favorite like comedy movies was Wayne's World.
yeah.
And Wayne's World 2 came out when the comedy was fresh still from Wayne's World 1. It came out like within the same year.
Yeah.
So I thought they like waited way too long.
It was like 10 years almost in
for
between
the
two.
second
Yeah.
It was
the
a
second
long
Anchorman.
time,
So the comedy wasn't fresh, right? So
and a lot of people
That makes sense.
maybe didn't know about it. Like a whole new generation of people came.
Right.
Yep.
They might not have really known much about Ron Burgundy. You
Right.
know, we loved it because we remembered him.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I was always kind of like, come on, guys, what's the holdup? Do
Yeah.
another Anchorman.
Yeah,
it was
why
a
not?
huge hit. It was a big hit.
I mean, you had Paul Rudd, you had Vince Vaughn, you had Steve Carell, you had
And what's Champ Kine's name? He's done Office. and shit,
Dave
too.
Koechner.
Dave Koechner.
Yeah.
Dave
Yeah,
Koechner,
he's hilarious too. I mean,
Like you had a solid cast of
Yeah.
people to just pump out another
was
one.
good.
G2, is that her name? Or
Christina Applegate.
is that her
Yeah.
name, right?
Christina
Yeah.
Applegate
I mean, they
was
had a great
fantastic.
cast. Yeah.
We saw it. My wife and I saw Anchorman 2 at the Oak Park, the Lake Street Theater,
Oh, yeah.
and we saw it. We got advanced screening tickets to see it before it came out. And the announcer on the show, or in the movie, in the first movie and the second movie, actually showed up live in person to introduce the movie on the screen. So that was a
Bill
really
Curtis.
cool experience. Yeah, he showed up, and I guess he was talking about how like. They wouldn't they were trying so hard, but they couldn't get him to say fuck on camera and stuff like that. And it was so that was really cool to like see him in person and do all that and stuff. But for how long they waited for the second one, and I'm not smashing it. They waited too long,
Black's
and
in
it
it,
didn't get
yeah.
close to the first one. And then I think the little kid kind of killed it a little bit because he was so cheesy, like talking about like the dog the whole time, like Dobie or like
Dobie, the shark.
Yeah, or the shark. Yeah, like the whole shark thing. Like that was a little funny at the end, but like at that point, you had gotten through so much of the movie that it was just like when you wait that long to make the sequel, you really got to try to get close to that first one, and it didn't. You know.
No,
I mean, I know who Bill Curtis is. You guys grew up. We all grew up in Chicago, so we grew up with Bill Curtis, and he did a lot of A&E stuff. But I don't know if people outside Chicago are really that familiar with Bill Curtis. I don't know. Do you guys? What do you guys think? Maybe.
I don't think so.
I didn't remember his name till you said it. So
Yeah, Bill
from
Curtis.
here.
Yeah.
I grew up with Bill Curtis because he was the anchor guy in Chicago for years. He and Walter Jacobson.
Okay.
He went to New
I know
York.
that name better
Went to
than I know
New
Bill
York
Curtis,
for a
though.
few years. He was,
Yeah.
but he came back. But I got nothing but respect for Bill Curtis. He's
Yeah.
a great news guy.
Yeah, no, it's the risk you run though with those sequels is always that you're not going to capture that magic, and most of them don't. I mean, let's be honest. Like most sequels don't live up to what that first movie was.
It's very rare that it does.
Especially like in the comedy.
Yeah,
the
comedy ones are always the
They're
worst.
tough.
The only sequel that I think may have been better than the original was The Godfather Part 2.
See, I'm not a big on
Not a comedy though.
No,
but he's in general. Yeah, I guess you
It's
know.
got a few moments.
If we're naming one though, I go Terminator 2, and I just watched it this week.
That was
Terminator
hilarious.
You talking better sequels?
Yeah.
Terminator
It's
2.
Terminator 2.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's like possibly the only one.
Porky's 2. I don't know if you guys remember
I don't
Porky's.
know Porky's
No? Okay.
comedy.
I was born
Yeah, oh,
in
yeah.
'86.
Sounds
man.
like a comedy.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm really showing my age here.
So some of my other you had brought up kind of Eric that you like Will Ferrell almost. You like the remaining cast,
So-
where you like him sometimes. But
Yeah, so for me, it's I think him alone is I guess more of a juvenile
It's too much for you?
experience. Yeah. But when he gets the cast, like take Anchorman for example, like running through that cast, you have Paul Rudd, you have Steve Carell, you have Jack Black in there. Small role, but
there's a bunch of people.
But there's
helping you,
these things. But when he can riff and when he can improv his scenes with other actors that are like just as good as he is, like that's when I think the quality is like. And I also think one of my favorite movies that he has ever come out with is Megamind. Which is totally animated, but Brad Pitt's in there.
I haven't seen it, actually.
It's
Should watch
hilarious.
it with my daughter.
It's so
That's another
good.
film I got to go see the premiere. It was when we got there. They were handing out Megamind hats you could wear. It was kind of crazy.
Funny.
But what were we talking about? I forgot. Before
we were
that,
talking about some of the other Will Ferrell movies, and the one I was
sequels.
Oh, sequels. Yeah.
Did you have it? If it'll come back to me.
Yeah.
Continue.
Continue. But I was gonna say, I think a lot of the reason why him and John C. Reilly kill it, like Talladega Nights and in Step Brothers, is because John C. Reilly is a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
He's was in serious shit before he was ever in comedy.
He was in Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise.
Days of Thunder. Okay.
Yeah, he was a serious actor.
There was something else too. There's like an army movie that I seen him in a long time ago too.
He was in a lot of stuff.
He popped up in some weird movie.
Yeah, like the latter part of his career, he's kind of started going into the comedy and the supporting actor.
A lot of actors
Shake and
talk
bake.
to him. Yeah. Oh, the shake and bake thing is hilarious.
Shake and bake. It makes no sense.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a catchphrase or epilepsy?
John C. Reilly could hold his own though too. Like Walk Hard was hilarious, and I know
dude.
Kristen
Tim
Wiig
Meadows
was
kills
really
it in
funny.
that too.
Yeah, I know Kristen Wiig was really funny.
Yeah.
But, like ripping the sinks off the wall was so funny. Every single time it was so funny.
I love the drug scenes in that one where he's like, oh, this is weed, and he's like, you don't want part of this. It makes everything better. It makes you happy all the time. He's like, you want no part of this, dude.
That was funny.
You can't get addicted to it.
Yeah, and then he comes back in, it's like cocaine. He's like, yeah, it makes you, gives you full energy. He's like, yeah, you want no part of this, Dewey. And the last one is, he goes, these are pills, man, uppers and downers. It's the next logical step for you, Dewey. You don't want no part of it.
He's like,
So
it seems
funny.
expensive. It's the cheapest shit out there.
It's the cheapest shit. So funny.
Tim Meadows, just to speak on Tim Meadows' behalf, I used to go see him at Second City. He was a very funny dude, totally underrated guy. I don't know if you guys remember, he was the ladies' man.
Ladies' man, he kills it.
You know, but there's another guy that's just kind of in with that crowd.
But he
was
underrated.
also one with the Farley crowd, but also one with the Will Ferrell crowd. He's kind of
spanned a couple of those gaps.
He was on SNL for a lot longer than people realize.
Yeah, he bridged that gap of like that 90s and early 2000s.
Interesting. I never realized that, but yeah. He's
because I think he was on with
the
when Mike Myers was on there, and like I think he was on with that cast like real early.
He was on
too.
with Farley,
Yeah, he's spanned that, and
He's a
I've
funny
actually
guy,
never
man.
realized that he is kind of that link between some
Tim
of
Meadows
those
is
crews.
great. He is great.
Very good.
I would like to see more like stuff from him. You know,
Like these random like cameo roles now, and he doesn't,
Yeah.
I mean, he only really ever starred in anything in Ladies Man. I mean,
that was his big thing.
yeah. Well, that was the
Will
one,
Ferrell was in
well,
that.
that was a skit.
Yeah, it was on SNL. Yeah.
It was one of those ones that got turned into movies.
But Will Ferrell's SNL stuff. Do you guys like any of that?
I love it.
I mean,
Some of my
obviously,
favorite.
his most famous thing is the cowbell skit. I would say, but before that, when he
Celebrity
first
Jeopardy.
started on,
Celebrity Jeopardy. It's Trebek's
He was
so
good.
funny. Well,
was
the
good.
cheerleaders.
The cheerleaders.
Cheerleaders so funny.
That was it. So the 4th of July weekend, I got hired to be in the Yorkville, Illinois 4th of July parade.
Okay.
I
saw you on the trailer.
Yeah.
With all the cheerleaders were there. Yeah.
So they had a trailer with all the SNL characters
Yeah.
from this company out there, and they hired me to do Matt Foley. And so I was just like, here's what I'm going to do. Let me get a selfie with Matt Foley and the two cheerleaders, right?
Yeah.
And Sherry O'Terry, who's a Facebook friend of mine, I don't personally know. I never said I did. So let me just get that disclaimer out there. Legal disclaimer.
Yeah.
I am not friends with Sherry O'Terry, but I have responded to posts on Facebook over the years, and she responded to it because she knows I'm a big super fan of hers. So I got the picture of me with the cheerleaders at the 4th of July thing, and I sent it to her on the messenger thing on Facebook,
Yeah.
you know, and she wrote back. She was like, "Ah, that's so sweet," you know. But I don't know if she
That's
gets.
awesome.
I don't know if she gets a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, I wonder.
I thought she would appreciate it. Either that, or she's gonna have a restraining order put on.
Yeah,
her.
one of the two.
One of the two. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
give
You
or
got to roll the dice sometimes.
Give or take.
You do.
The
You
other
know?
do.
Live a little bit.
You know, do. You absolutely have to.
Take a chance.
You guys hit all the good ones from Saturday Night Live, but the one that
I got
no
another
one
one.
ever talks
Go.
about is Goth Talk.
Goth
and I
Talk.
know
I
that he was
love
a
Goth
patrol.
Talk.
Goth Talk was so funny.
Very
Goth Talk was
scary.
with Chris Kattan, who I just opened for in
I
May.
was gonna say, I
Yeah.
saw that, dude.
Yeah.
It's so badass because him and
Nice.
Roxbury.
Yeah.
And then Roxbury. I mean, that was one of his first.
He
Like,
was the king, dude.
Honestly.
He was the king. I love Chris
Yeah.
Kattan.
The show was awesome. I'll be honest. In 9 years of doing stand-up, top 2 best shows I've ever done.
Did you see
Yeah.
his movie Corky? Something?
Romano?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great.
You guys want some cookies?
Dude, he's so
Dude, I saw that in the theater.
How was that for? Just did you get to hang out with him at all? or?
We hung out for a couple minutes. He was
Yeah.
cool enough to FaceTime my wife because she was like 8 days from being due. And she was a family. She
Okay.
loves Saturday Night Live stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
She really wanted to come. She was due in 8 days. So I said, hey, can you FaceTime my wife real quick? It's like 11 o'clock at night. And I FaceTime her and she's got makeup on. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
You got makeup?
And,
Nice.
Yeah, you know, you FaceTimed her for a couple minutes. We got a picture. Really, really nice guy. The Goth Talk thing, to answer your question, was Chris Kattan and Molly Shannon, and they were like in their parents' basement, and they were like goth, but they were in high school. But then like Will Ferrell would show up, and he'd still have his polo on from Dunkin' Donuts or something.
Yeah.
Or like Domino's. He'd be like, sorry guys, I just got out of work. And he's got like the black hair, like the Dunkin' Donuts visor on, like over it.
Remember Jim Brewer would always come in and he was the older brother?
Yeah.
And he'd like say, you guys look like douchebags.
Yeah, it was like
I love Jim Burr.
they were goth, but they made fun of him, and it was so funny, and it was just like so like at that time, like it was right for that time, but no one
Yeah.
talks about it. But that was such a
I don't even
great
know that
thing.
one. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm a big
No,
fan
I
of
totally
SNL.
love that
I don't
skit,
remember
man.
that one.
You should totally look
Yeah.
them up.
I'm going
Obviously,
to.
the Monkey Boy thing too with
Monkey Boy's funny.
but-
Chris Kattan, yeah.
But Kattan stole the show from Will Ferrell on that one. Will Ferrell had it set up and act like things were like totally normal.
Yeah.
And then they had the one with the Rock in there too, where the
Yeah.
Rock comes
Mango.
and
He was
busts
Mango.
Mango.
Oh, that
Mango.
was so good, so funny.
I
Mango.
love
Those
that
are
guy.
great.
but
Yeah.
Where did you guys work together? Where were you?
We were in Northwest Indiana at the Hobart Art Theater with Mad Hatter Shows. Those are my friends, so I'll plug them. Mad Hatter Shows. A couple of my buddies are putting together amazing shows all over the Midwest. They're expanding, and they've given me a few really cool opportunities to do comedy in big situations.
Hell yeah.
And that was a really, really fun one. I'll never forget that one. That
that's
was a lot of
awesome.
fun.
Shout out to Mad Hatter.
Mad
Love that
Hatter
shit.
Shows.
There you go.
Neil and John.
Chris Kattan, the man.
I'll tell you one thing. I mean, we're talking Chicago. We're in Chicago here, or at least somewhere close. But you can see the skyline if you look hard enough. Yeah. We're close enough. But is Harry Carey?
Harry Carey.
Will Ferrell's Harry Carey impression is
Oh, that
like
was
second to none.
That was good,
It's
man.
amazing. Yeah.
Hey, what if the moon was made out of cheese? Would you try to eat it with a hot dog?
I'd put a nice spicy mustard on it.
Dan Brennan does a great gay Harry Carey impression during
Who
his
does?
shows. Dan Brennan, he's a comic. Yeah, we were talking about him before this show. Funny guy. He's like, "Hey, Steve."
He is very funny,
gay-
man. That's so good.
The
Dan
gay-
Brennan, the man.
The man.
You guys got to get Dan on the show, man. Funny.
Who's this?
He's a funny cat.
He's
Dan
a very
Brennan.
funny guy. Yeah, comic.
He does a lot of crazy impressions. He does. You ever see him do Ray Romano?
Yeah, Ray Romano.
Yeah. But it's so good. He does such a good Ray
He
Romano,
sounds like
man.
Kermit
I
on
was just gonna say it's
antidepressants.
almost Kermit.
That's what Ray Romano sounds like. He's like Kermit the Frog on antidepressants. Come here, Miss Piggy.
I don't know if you guys remember a movie. I don't know if you remember a movie called The Pope of Greenwich Village. It was
I've heard of it. I've
Eric
never seen
Roberts, Mickey Rourke, Daryl Hannah.
Okay.
It was from the 80s. Okay, it's sort of an obscure film.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dan Brennan used to do this really funny, obscure impression called The Incredible Shrinking Pope of Greenwich Village. I don't remember how it went, but he impersonated all the actors, and it was fucking great. Dan Brennan!
Dan Brennan.
Brennan.
Gotta shoot him out. Gotta shoot him out. Well, is he? He's in the area?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in Woodridge.
He's doing
we
my
can get
show
him out
next
here.
month.
Tell him to get his ass on this show.
Let's do it.
Yeah, he's doing my show next month at the Flapjack Brewery in Berwyn on the 26th of August. Dan's doing it. in Berwyn.
Nice.
Cool little brewery. Some
Very cool.
wonderful people. amazing wood-fired pizzas.
Wood-fired pizzas.
Wood-fired pizzas.
Gotta get over
Very
there.
nice,
in
man.
Berwyn. Yeah.
Check it out.
Dan-
Wait a
Berwyn.
minute, it's called Flapjacks?
Flapjack Brewery, yeah.
Okay.
Just Flapjack, singular.
But they don't make pizza. I mean, they don't make pancakes.
They don't make pancakes. There's some
They make
inside
pizza.
joke I
They
don't
make
want to talk
pizza.
about right now. They make pizzas.
They make pizza.
And they're real, like, Italiano style. Like, real.
It is misleading. It is
sopressata, you know what I mean?
I'm
And
sure it's in-
prosciutto and
yeah.
shit.
I-
Yeah.
They leave letters off,
Flapjacks.
like prosciutto. And, you know, they don't even say the
Flapjacks
full
in
words.
Berwyn, Illinois. Be there.
Be there.
All right, but in all seriousness, if I was driving by there and I saw Flapjacks, I might think it was a pancake.
Well, yeah. That's what anyone would
would
expect.
go in
right?
and have
and I
beer
know that
pizza
you're a
and be
guy.
happy.
I know
Yeah, I
what you're
wouldn't be
dude.
mad.
I know what you're dudes. So I'd just be like, I would be like, at first, I'd be like expecting pancakes, and then the pizza would come out, and I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what he's
They're
saying.
both my favorite thing.
Yeah. They're both
Not
round. They're
open for
flat.
breakfast.
I would eat either one.
Yeah.
Pancakes are good, but at 10 p.m. I'm going for the pizza. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
You know.
And probably going for the pizza. I don't like pancakes all that much. You know, I'm not a popular opinion, but
I have a stack of pancakes in my ass right now. That's how much I like
is that a
it.
butt plug or is
I
that
don't know. I'm confused.
Hey, weird flexing.
Somebody help me. I need some advice. I need some counseling. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's called a colonoscopy.
I don't
think
know
it's what you need.
why they're in there.
Put that as your bio on your
Just
grinder.
woke
Somebody help me.
Just woke up like this.
Oh my gosh.
Fell asleep at my buddy's house. I woke
All
up
right.
with a stack of
So-
pancakes in my
So
head.
I just been dying to tell you guys my 6th degree of separation to Will Ferrell.
Please
So
do
here
it.
it is. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Upright Citizens Brigade. They call them the UCB. So I started with those guys way back in like the early 90s. Matt Besser, who was in Dewey Cox.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He was one of the band guys.
Okay.
He was in the band, and Matt Besser and Matt Walsh and all these other crazy maniacs. Ian Roberts, who was in Anchorman and a bunch of these movies. And there was another guy that was sort of he was a pretty decent comic and a good actor, but he was a really brilliant writer. His name was Adam McKay, who is Will Ferrell's writing
Yeah.
partner, and they make all these movies together.
Yeah, yeah.
So these guys were going around Chicago doing all these crazy ass alternative comedy shows. And I used to go see him at a place called the Roxy in Chicago. Okay, it was this sort of little nightclub. And Matt Besser was up there doing this crazy story about his mother and doing the skit about his mother. And it was just out there, Monty Python, just really nuts.
Yeah.
And I was just like watching it going, this guy's brilliant. And so I was just like, I had a cable access show back in those days called The Loser Club. Okay, with Dan Brenner was on it, and I was like, Matt, you got to come on my cable show and do that skit about your mother. Okay, you have to come on and do that. He was just like, okay. So he and Ian Roberts show up at the cable studio out in Matson, Illinois. Back then it was called Jones Intercable or Jones Space Link, one of the two. By the way, a little side note: Gary Meyer's brother worked there.
Yeah.
Gary Meyer from Steve and Gary. Steve Dahl, Gary Meyer. Okay, just a little side note. It has nothing to do with the story. Just thought I'd throw that out there. So anyway, these guys come on the show. They do, I called it It's My Mother skit, okay? And it's just the craziest ass thing you've ever seen. I have a video of it. I think it's up on YouTube someplace or on Facebook. But I'm proud to say that I was the first person to ever put the Upright Citizens Brigade on TV. 1992. Matson, Illinois, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Matson, Illinois. It's an interesting story that the host just walked off in the middle of this story.
Probably taking a dump.
He probably doesn't believe me, like most people.
Checking for pancakes, yeah.
Oh, no! Don't throw it at me. Don't throw it at me. I can't catch. I can't catch.
It down here 'cause I already did it.
All right, so anywho.
This guy's trying to get me drunk and take it.
No, here's the deal. So this was the beginning of what I like to call a comedy dynasty. Okay, Adam McKay went on to write for Saturday Night Live, and at one point, for several years, was the head writer on Saturday Night Live, and co-wrote or wrote most of those brilliant Will Ferrell skits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah. So what I'm trying to put out there is Adam McKay. Mother of God, will you please help me? I'm in a backyard in Elmhurst doing a free podcast. I helped you guys. I launched your careers.
Where is it at?
just put me in one of your
remember him.
Just
little
put me
give.
in one of your movies.
A little
Adam,
give.
Can you just put me in one of your films? I'll do anything. I got pancakes in my ass right now.
For you.
Okay?
For you.
Just help me. I'm begging you.
So filled for you.
My God, after this, I'm driving out to Yorkville to do a Chris Farley impersonator routine. Okay, I got a shotgun in my mouth. Will you please give me a little work? Okay, I'm not ungrateful. I'm not greedy. I'll take anything. If you want me to be the guy in Anchorman 3 that walks on the news set and delivers like a paper, just puts it on the paper and says, "Here you go, Mr. Burgundy." I will take that role. I'm happy to be that guy.
Your run?
Mother of hell, please help me. Will you please freaking help me? How much money do you have? You won an Oscar. About 2016, you won a freaking Oscar for Best Director.
Come on, Matt.
Okay,
Keep
I'm
it
not
up.
asking for much. Just
Boy,
a
this
small
escalated
part.
quickly.
I'll take it.
We got him all hyped up on caffeine right before the show.
Pancakes are dry, no butter, no
Anyway.
syrup.
He needs a little syrup top off.
Maybe whipped cream.
Anyway,
In the ass.
Will
Give him a
Ferrell,
cherry.
Will Ferrell's great. I love him.
Thanks for wrapping that up in a nice little package for us at the end.
Not gonna
Oh,
lie, Matt, that came off a little angsty.
That's hilarious.
I don't know.
I love it.
Whatever.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, and you know what?
Come on, Matt.
Any publicity is good publicity. You know, you gotta shout it out from the rooftop sometimes.
Yeah, no, I've always no, seriously. And I as soon as Will did one of his very first skits on SNL, I think the first time I ever remember going to myself, this guy is really funny, and he's just nuts.
Yeah.
He's batshit crazy.
Yeah.
It was the Get Off the Shed skit. Did you guys remember the Get Off the Shed skit?
Shed.
He's out in the backyard. He's out in the backyard.
That was the first sketch he did
and he's
on the first
grilling.
season.
He's grilling with his wife, okay, and his neighbors come over. They're all just sitting there talking like this, he's grilling. And all of a sudden he goes, "Hold on a sec." He goes, "Hey kids, yeah, can you get off the shed?" Okay, and then he goes back to grilling or talking about what kind of hamburgers he's got or whatever. A few seconds goes by. He says, "Hey kids, seriously, off the shed!" And it just escalates and it's funny.
Your
stuff.
neighbors gonna be like, "What the hell is going on?"
Like, well, make sure my kid's not on the shed right now.
Yeah.
So
Well, he did another one after that too, where he was at a baseball game and he was telling his son to get on the bag. Yeah. He kept drifting off the plate. He's like,
Same kind of thing.
"Get on the bag!" Yeah.
Same kind of thing.
I will chain you to a pole in the basement if you do not get on that bag.
you want to bring him up? So we have Jess, our director of operations. She's coming out.
Yes.
She's bringing us some stuff from More Brewing Company. So we got some fabulous new beers from More. Thank you, Jess. We appreciate it. Let's pass these around, boys. Yeah, go
Sweet.
3 that way,
Some more.
1 this way.
I came for the
More
beer.
brewery.
More Brewery. More Brewing Company.
Oh, nice.
All right, we're going to try the one that I think is going to be not as well received first.
All right.
Let me get it off here. Okay, so this one is actually something that my sister-in-law got really, really excited about last night. And in all disclosure, I did give her one. But it's called Raspberry Cobbler, and this is something they just came out with. So it's definitely not your traditional beer. It's not going to taste like your Miller Lights that we're drinking.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
But if Matt's able to somehow pour the beer into his hat, or into that cup on his hat,
I'm
going to
do a trick where I'm going to pour it into that cup without using my
Can you
hand.
do it black?
I like this.
And then I'm going to drink it.
That's not beer. That's
Does it-
dessert.
By the way,
Okay,
you guys,
Does it involve flapjacks?
raspberry cobbler is what Lucille Ball used to call her vagina.
The more you know.
The more you know. I'm trying to see an ABV on this thing.
Well, no one's asking the carpet question anymore.
Oh my God!
We
anybody
gotta
see
give you
it?
another one. We gotta give you another one, Stone Cold.
I suppose every vagina is raspberry cobbler once a month.
Oh, gross.
There you go.
He started it.
He went first.
This one's been used.
man.
I think this has been used.
I've been wanting to go to more brewing for a while. I showed up one time right before closing. They told me to leave, so that was the only time I've been
You
there.
should have been my establishment. I tell you to leave
so
too.
you need
Mike.
to go.
Damn it. All right, let's cheers this. What we're gonna do is after you
Let's
taste
put
it, we're
over
gonna go around and we're gonna get a little rating on this. So see what you think here.
It's good. It looks like a Slurpee though, right here.
Literally.
It looks like a
It's like
Slurpee.
a smoothie.
Smoothie.
You guys ever had naked juices?
Yeah.
Very similar.
Except the naked juice will give you a DUI
I was gonna
eventually.
say, but this will get you. So let's start with Eric first here. Scale from 1 to 10. Be honest. It might not be your thing. Just tell us.
The taste is good.
Okay.
It reminds me of a fruit smoothie.
Yes, it's definitely very fruity.
Not what I'm looking for in a beer though.
Okay.
But I like the more bitter, more hoppy.
Yeah.
You
might be on board with this next one we're tasting.
But I can see why people would like it.
Okay. So 1 to 10 decimal points involved.
I'll go to 5.5.
Okay. That's good for a beer that you're not really into. Yeah. All right, Matt, let's go over you second.
Yeah.
You took a nice helping of that.
It's, I'm not into this whole type of thing. Like, I know it's the trendy thing. I just like a regular Miller Lite or Blue Moon is about as crazy as they get when it comes to this stuff, but it's okay. I'd probably never order it or want to pay for one, but it's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's drinkable.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a fire going next door. They want to.
Oh, they're trying to
They
outdo
will
us.
battle us.
Okay.
Who has a better bonfire?
We need logs out here.
Rob,
'cause these
we
guys are
need
trying to
pallets.
outlog us,
We
right?
They want to
we need
fight.
pallets. We need pallets.
By the way, do you remember the fight scene in Anchorman, the gang fight at Anchorman?
Oh my God.
that was one of the best scenes of the whole
That was
entire
great.
Out of
thing.
any movie.
Okay, so give us your out of 10. 1 out of 10. What'd you say? With decimal points.
I don't know. 6, I guess.
6 even.
Yeah.
6 even.
6.
Mike, you finished yours.
geez,
Yeah.
Mike.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you think about this?
Here's the thing. I
You
do
thought
a
about
lot
this.
of brewery shows. I drink a lot of beer. I love beer. I love craft beer.
Nice.
And I will, because if we're tasting beers, I should probably go into it a little bit. If you quit drinking alcohol 10 years ago compared to now, I'm so much less impressed because they have every flavor of beer you could possibly think of now, right? Like they have raspberry cobbler beer. That's dessert, Like they have every flavor. It's not like, 10 years ago it was like Stella and Rolling Rock, which are fine beers.
It's a very niche thing.
Yeah, but it's just like those
now you
suck
got
compared to beers. You got options now. It's like the only reason these craft breweries aren't making piss flavored beer is because nobody's gonna do it better than Ice House. You know what I mean? Like they've nailed it.
30 racks for $12.
Yeah. You got some artisanal hobo piss hops that you got over at your place. Maybe someone's gonna come up with it. I consider what it's called on the can. It's a fruited sour ale.
It's exactly what it is.
I don't get a ton of the sour out of
I
it.
didn't get a lot of the sour either, which I kind of was happy about.
And so there's two ways to look at that because if you get if it's a little more sour, that goes great with tacos. Okay, like that goes great with tacos. But with it right now,
with the lime and the
yeah, it's almost like a salsa you put in there. Like you get like a mango sour beer, right?
I could
you
dig
get
that.
like a mango salsa in your tacos. It's great. Do it all the time.
Yeah.
This one, I'm gonna go 7.5 on it. I think it's a really solid sour ale. I think it goes down real smooth, which is probably what most people are looking for. I just think that there's something missing to really put it over the top, but it's still very solid. Worth a buy, worth a try, worth a member of your flight. I'll go with.
Absolutely. I love that. Dude, you've been working beer shows.
Yeah.
That was sounded good. Like you need to be on like an ad.
Oh, yeah, this guy's firing off about getting work. I just want to talk about beer. Let's go, baby.
There you go. Okay, so
I deserve work. I discovered them.
I deserve love. No, I did not. Actually, yes. Thank you for keeping me on track. So that beer, not up my alley. I don't like sour, fruity beers, but that one wasn't as sour as I expected it to be. So it was a little better. I thought it was going to be in the 4 to 5 range. I'm going to give it a 6.8.
Ooh.
So not bad. Not bad for what I was expecting out of that one.
One sip, everyone knows the rules.
This one, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why we do decimal points.
Do we get fresh cups?
Okay, so yeah, let me pass out fresh cups so you guys, I'll take one more. And this one is their triple space boots. I've been told by a couple people that this is one of their big hits. My favorite over there is Partially Cloudy still.
There you go,
so if you want to try out something, my favorite, Justin Peacock's favorite here.
Okay.
That's going to be Partially Cloudy over at Moore. But triple space boots. This one's a triple dry hopped triple Indian pale ale.
Okay.
It's got Citra and Galaxy hops, and it is 9.5. Woo! Alcohol by volume, baby.
Sign me up.
So you drink a whole one of these, and you just You know, you could drive home after 1, but don't have a second one. Actually, I'll crack you guys first. You
While
guys
you're-
pass
while
it
you're
You
back.
pouring
drink one,
those-
you'll wake up next Tuesday.
While you're
You drink
While
2,
you
you're
wake up with
beating
a
up
stack
your
of
wife.
Cakes in your ass, you know?
oh, all right. That's
They,
that's
they
getting,
literally
that's getting way
they,
too much
they took
attention.
the fire contact
I
seriously,
think I got a
huh?
little too much head
The,
on
Yeah,
there.
we do. So I hope you guys are wanting to
It
feel warm.
smells great.
I don't know if you guys want to get back to topic. I know that's crazy,
Will
but
Ferrell topics.
there was an
we have a
original
topic?
film before Anchorman came out. It was called Wake Up Ron Burgundy: The Lost Movie.
Can I serve you? While you're holding your phone there?
I don't know if you guys knew about this or not.
Well, Matt
Give me a little bit,
flexing over here. Let's pour you a beer.
No,
I got another one too, actually. All right, so go. Yeah, Matt, go for it.
I just thought you guys would want to hear.
I
about
never heard about this, actually, though.
it. So yeah, it was actually it actually came out when they released the DVD of
do, yeah.
Anchorman.
Okay.
It's a whole hour-and-a-half movie.
Really?
That they shot, and I don't know. I guess the Maya Rudolph is in it. Amy Poehler's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's this whole
Like a behind-the-scenes thing?
no. It's a whole movie that they shot. It's called
it like-
Wake Up Ron Burgundy: The Lost Movie. It's
Is it like a
available.
prequel?
Yeah. So when you bought the DVD back in 2004 when it was released around Christmas time,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
this came with it. It was a bonus DVD.
That's a good beer.
You got like a whole extra movie.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's-
I've never seen this song. I'm
Yeah,
gonna look that up because I love
Fire's
me
hot.
some.
No,
Ron Burgundy.
oh my God,
It's maybe my favorite character. of Will Ferrell is
it's
Ron
really
Burgundy.
funny. It's really good, but I don't know why.
No one's like ever heard about it.
Here, I'll give you a brief synopsis. When Veronica Corningstone threatens his popularity, Ron Burgundy must hone his investigative reporting skills to get the scoop on a radical protest group that's been terrorizing San Diego.
Sounds great to me.
It is. It's
It sounds
amazing.
fantastic.
A
It's right up
radical
my alley.
protest group.
I actually like it as much, if not more, than the actual Anchorman that was
seems
released.
blasphemous.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
When you see it, you're not going to want to stop watching it. You're gonna have to like, you know.
I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna check it out for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna be watching it all the time.
All right, Mike, you're the first up on this one.
Okay.
See what you think.
I'm gonna throw it out right out the gate.
the smell.
Last year, the smell's great. Smells great. It's got a great taste to it. Triples, okay? I'm not really a triples person anymore. I was doing it during COVID, and I just can't keep up. Okay,
Is
like
that too heavy for you? What do you mean?
It just
much
it's just too much. It's just too much. Okay, this is it's great in the flight, and it has nothing to do with the brewery or anything like that, but just triples in general. Like if you are consistently drinking triples, you are a fucking serial killer. Like there's no doubt. Okay, like if you are just drinking triples all the time, like you don't have
Triple mean,
people.
is it gonna be more ABV?
Triple IPA.
Well, yeah, more ABB. Like
Your
you know,
doubles are about 7,
Yeah.
7.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your
Triples
triples
are
are about
9.5.
yeah, and the
9 and
singles
above.
are like 4
It's
to
like,
5 or whatever. Yeah.
One of the craziest beers I've drank was Dogfish Head 120 minute
I've
IPA.
had that
Yeah.
one before, actually. Yeah,
It's like a one and done thing.
it's too,
Yeah.
it's too heavy. I
And
don't know.
so with a triple in general, you're not gonna get no triple is gonna get a 10 because if you're drinking triples all the time, nobody loves you. Like you're on your own. You know what I mean? Like it's just the way it is. This smells really good. It
You're
tastes really
walking
great. Let
home
me get
by
another
yourself.
sip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody.
You're pissing your pants on the way home. too.
falling asleep in the gutter, waking up,
It's
trying
smooth.
to figure it out in the morning.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna go 8.5 on there, and I would probably say for a triple, that's right up there. You know what
As
I
high
mean?
as
Like
you're gonna be giving
there-
it a triple?
I don't see a triple getting a 10. You know what I mean? This is a really nice triple.
Okay.
I'd have one. I'd have a flight
Yeah.
size or two, but you're not drinking these all night, or you're
Yeah,
getting
you're-
Becky Buck Wild up in this bitch. You know what I mean? Like throwback. You know, like yeah.
Yeah.
Eric, you're going second. What do you think?
I mimicked that. It
Yeah.
just it's good in a small dose.
Yeah.
But like if you're drinking like 3 of these things in one night,
One
you're
second. This one. Keep going, second.
you're a psycho.
Is that the meatloaf?
Yeah, we're gonna try some.
the meatloaf.
Yeah,
Meatloaf!
the meatloaf. No, let's go, Matt. Last one, or go you, and then we'll come back to me. on
It's
the,
okay. Yeah,
doing back there?
it's interesting.
I never know what he's doing.
This has got a lot of alcohol. You said in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
a
Yeah, I
bunch.
can tell. Yeah, it's good. I
It's
give
like
it.
drinking a shot.
I give it an 8.5.
Yeah.
8.5.
Yes.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna give it.
Thank you, children.
I'm gonna give it a 9.1. It's right on my flavor profile
Yeah.
here.
The flavor is amazing.
I love the flavors on this. It is a little heavier,
Yummy guy.
and some people have called me a psycho before, so I think I might be the guy drinking it. But Chef Jordan, why don't you come over here real quick?
Thank you.
The meatloaf. Chef Jordan, the meatloaf.
Ah, the
What do you
meatloaf.
do here? Okay, so
What do we got?
I made just
Get him right here. Get him where you're.
so it's a meatloaf, just normal meatloaf, but I put in jalapeno, sautéed green onions, and bell peppers. And then I have garlic, mashed potatoes, and then I wrap the whole entire meatloaf in bacon. And the glaze is really good flavor, actually. The glaze is just ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, and then peppercorn. So just a basic.
Oh man,
Meatloaf's real good. That pepper's popping through.
I got jalapeno in there.
I just met you and I already love you. Disney's up.
Excuse me, but your pepper's showing.
This is my younger brother, by the way, Mike.
No, we never met. I know Joe and this guy, but
Yeah, even the potatoes are baller. What are these? What do you do here?
They're just smashed rustic potatoes that I put garlic, onion powder, paprika, and then a ton of
But why is it so orangey?
paprika.
he's a chef and he's got a podcast.
I never asked me. That was given to me. I'm surprised by it every day, so I have no idea what I'm doing up here.
What's the name?
Okay, but the main question is, out of the four of us, would you guys put this stuff in your ass?
Are we going?
I would.
Is this a
Only
round
the mashed
table
potatoes.
conversation? Only the mashed potatoes.
Matt, you got a lot of problems, don't you?
You know what, guys? I should get going. I'm gonna get out of here.
What did we come up with the name for the meatloaf? The meatloaf was
Ma, the meatloaf.
Kansas mom's meatloaf special. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I got for dessert I got Blades of Glory snow cones. So
He's also saying,
Hell yeah.
too.
put in your order of if you want
Flavor?
cherry, blue raspberry, or cotton candy.
It's delicious, my man. Congratulations.
I go
This is really good.
blue raspberry because I'm a John Heater fan too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Blue raspberry as well. What do you think of flavor-wise?
I'll do cotton candy.
What about flavor-wise?
What are you, 5?
No. I got
So I'm thinking of my kids at this
icy,
point in time.
Oh,
shaved
no,
Nice.
cones.
Okay,
Snow
fair,
cones.
fair.
I'm
flavors
trying
you
to
offer?
earn street cred with my
Cherry,
kids.
cotton candy, and blue raspberry.
cotton candy on the
Cherry.
podcast.
Yeah. One cotton candy, 2 blue ras, and a cherry. Well, it's very good here.
Oh yeah, it's
Well,
excellent.
it's so good, man. Yeah.
Hey, I'm a pretty
Thank
picky
you, guys.
eater, so I don't always do all
Thank
like
you
the
for the
onions
love.
and stuff. But this is great,
Yeah.
man.
Feeling it, though?
I'm in trouble because I'm gonna go home. My wife's gonna be like, "You wouldn't eat that if I made it." You know what I mean? It's like, put it in front of me on a podcast. You never know. Like,
It's
Do you
so
have a
delicious.
podcast?
Yeah, you don't have a podcast.
yeah.
Chef, thank you.
What do you have? Yeah,
Chef
Jordan.
is a great man.
This is a good one, man. I didn't think you knew how to make a meatloaf, but pretty good meatloaf.
Watch
You know,
it go
how can we have
down into
forgotten?
my belly.
How could we have forgotten the 2009
Man,
brilliant
crushed that. Holy shit.
release,
yeah.
Step Brothers?
Separate. Oh my God.
Number
Brothers-
one favorite. Number one
I
favorite.
think it might be my favorite.
That's
Yeah.
your favorite Will Ferrell movie?
I think it might be. Yeah,
It is so weird. It is so.
that or Anchorman. I think.
The dog's drinking my dog. The dog
what's
just drank my booze. By the way.
What's their global United or
Oh no,
global-
no! I have the I have the hat of it. It's a
what's the name
Prestige
of it?
Worldwide.
Prestige Worldwide. That's what it is.
Prestige Worldwide.
There's 2 Will Ferrell movies I have to absolutely talk about tonight.
All right, go for it.
One is Step Brothers. You can ask me about the other one later.
All right,
Number one
better
favorite.
be old school.
Number is not old school, and it's going to be one that you weren't
maybe.
expecting. But
Hey.
Matt knows because I mentioned it on Facebook a few weeks ago. So Step Brothers, okay. My wife and I got married in 2014.
Okay.
We were going to save some money after the wedding and do like our honeymoon like the summer of 2015, you know, just because like the money wasn't right at the time.
Yeah.
Her family surprised us and bought us our honeymoon.
That's awesome.
Right after the wedding. It was the nicest thing anyone's ever done. And here's the thing, I grew up like a broke kid, you know what I mean? I had a single mom raising 3 kids. Like we didn't get to do like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we struggled. I ate a lot of like cornflakes and grilled cheese and shit.
Yep.
Now I'm eating meatloaf from a chef on a podcast in Elmhurst. I fucking made it. I'm from Berwyn, you know? Like, look at me
life.
now. A high school teacher said I was going to be nothing. You're still making $35K a year in Berwyn. I'm doing a podcast in Elmhurst having gourmet meatloaf and shit. So her parents bought us our honeymoon, and we wanted to stay somewhere in the country. We went to Catalina for our honeymoon, okay? We went to Catalina, the Catalina wine mixer. We went to
Catalina wine
Yeah.
mixer.
We love Step Brothers, but you know, it was funny because like my wife's mom was like, what about Catalina? And we looked into it like, where is that? It's an hour boat ride off the coast of Los Angeles. Okay,
Is it really?
It is still in the United States. You do not need a passport to go there.
What's up,
and
dog?
so they hooked us up. Yeah, we got a guest.
Oh, yeah.
Man, just don't burn your ass
Django.
on that bonfire.
Oh, she's around. She knows. But go on, yeah.
All I have
Yeah,
is
so
all I have is
we go to
peppers.
Catalina. We are on our honeymoon. We fly into Los Angeles. A shuttle takes us to the dock. We take a boat over to Catalina. We check into our hotel. It's our honeymoon.
Yeah.
It's one of the most special times of your life. We go to the first restaurant. You know, we're sitting there, we're talking to the waitress, and she's really cool. The waitress is cool. And I go, hey, where on the island did they film Step Brothers? And she goes, they didn't. And I was so crushed. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I need to start Googling
Where'd they
stuff.
shoot it at?
So most of it was in Los Angeles, but the thing with Catalina is that Catalina is like, thing that makes it kind of notable, like if you saw a picture, you kind of see like the hills and like the water and the boat stuff. The thing that makes Catalina stand out from other places is this casino. It's like kind of a circular building. It's very specific. You would only see it in Catalina, okay? Yeah. And so there is a quick, maybe 5-second cut scene of the psychiatrist lady getting off the boat.
Dr. Angelface?
Yeah, when she's drawn to Will Ferrell and his singing, you could see the casino in the background for 5 seconds, and that is the only part of the whole movie that was filmed on the island.
Really?
Meanwhile, they're selling boats and hose shirts at every store, just like milking this. Yeah,
awesome.
but yeah,
They're leaning into it.
yeah. So that was cool. I mean, Step Brothers is the quintessential movie because like it was him and John C. Reilly at their best. Like I'll be honest, the Holmes and Watson movie sucked. That was one.
pretty bad.
It was bad. I got it for $5 at Black Friday on Best Buy because that's what you do. It's a $5 movie.
Oh, I thought
but
you were gonna find it in the $5 movie bin at a Walmart.
Oh,
yeah, it's probably there right now.
$3.74 bin.
Now that it's
$3.74 bin.
it's had a little time to marinate. So if you're interested in Holmes and Watson starring Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, look for it in those places that they just mentioned, or on Craigslist for $1 where you might get stabbed and killed, but maybe you'll find it worth it.
I did watch it.
Maybe you
I
can
did
find it
watch
free.
it.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
It was bad. I think the thing is that you think of Holmes and Watson, it's a little more serious and it's hard to make it a comedy. But like Step Brothers, you can't convince me that I'm good. Yeah, thank you. I'm getting full. The beer. The beer thing is delicious. You can't convince me that there was a movie like Talladega Nights was really good, but Step Brothers was better. You cannot deny that. And I think the thing that made Step Brothers better was because their relationship was closer.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they were in the same environment. Like they had the part of the movie where like they kind of broke off and they separated. And it's like they had to work together so much more in Step Brothers. Like, the funny thing is that I've always talked about how much of a wuss I am. And it's like, like if I take my kids to school when they're big enough, like they're gonna think I'm one of the kids. They're gonna like the kids in 3rd grade are gonna try to make me lick the white dog shit. And like I'm not licking that white dog shit.
Full of white dog crap.
But I ate a belly. Yeah.
What shit I mean?
That's what made it better though was one like the lines were the guacamole and everything. Oh, thank you. And like the Randy Jackson, like the sword and everything. But the relationship was closer. They had to live in the same house. They had to coexist. Whereas in Talladega Nights, there were 2 grown men in separate families. So it's them at their best. It's quotable. The original quotable movie was Freddie Got Fingered, right?
Yep.
You could quote Freddie Got Fingered regardless of what you think of Tom Green Forever. Step Brothers took that to the next level. It's the best Will Ferrell movie. It's the best Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly collaboration. You can't convince me otherwise.
No,
Shake and bake.
I completely agree.
Shake and bake.
Talladega Nights is great, but I do agree that Step Brothers is better.
Yes.
I think that Talladega Nights for me was just the storyline was way too close to Anchorman, and it came out right after. It was like, he like was at the top, had a fall, got back to the top kind of thing. Like
That's good.
I don't know. It was just I felt like it was just him and Anchorman, and now he's a race car driver.
One thing that has been a reoccurring theme in some of the Will Ferrell movies is cat poop. In Anchorman, they made him eat cat poop.
Yep.
In Step Brothers, they made him eat cat poop.
I think it was dog poop, but yeah, one of the two.
Dog poop, cat poop,
It's all
same
poop.
thing.
It's poop.
Yeah.
He's got a poop fetish.
Yeah, I don't know.
just licked
One
it.
thing I will say, then I got to blow out of here. I got to get to my sweet gig in Yorkville.
Yeah.
So it's been I've had a great time. By the way,
Well,
guys.
we appreciate you coming on. as
Oh
always.
my God! Stop! I'm so busy.
How you always make time for us. It
You
always
guys will
amazes me.
enjoy this little anecdote. I think I may have told you guys this before, so if I did, tough shit, I'm going to tell you again.
Yeah. I'm into it.
I got to go backstage in 2010 at the TBS just for last festival at the Park West in Chicago, Illinois. They did a live script reading of the Bears movie, which you guys remember. We did that. We did the Bears skit. And so they had a star-studded gala. It was Bob Odenkirk. It was Horatio Sands. It was David Koechner, Joe Mantegna, George Wendt, all the original SNL guys from the Bears skit. And they did two readings at 7 and 10, and Ditka was there, of course. So the reason I'm telling you guys this, there's a reason for it. It's because in between shows, I got to go hang out up in the green room because my good buddy Hugh was also one of the readers, one of the players. He's friends with all these guys. So he goes, come on up and meet all these guys. So I got up there and I got to meet Odenkirk and Robert Smigel, the inventor of Triumph, and he wrote all the Bear skits on SNL. Yeah. And Horatio was there. Horatio Sands. You'll enjoy this. And so I go up to Horatio. I go, hey, Horatio. And he turns around. He goes, yeah. And I go, 80s Joel sucks.
80s Joel sucks. Like, we're only strictly.
And he went, what? I go, 80s Billy Joel from Step Brothers. And he went, oh, yeah. And then he turned around and just walked away. He just could care less that I was a super fan. He just said, oh, yeah, I just walked away. There's more to the story.
But he was such a small role in that one too. He's probably like, "Yeah, thanks, man." And that's a hilarious part, though. For
the guy that heckled him was Matt Walsh, another great Chicago. He's from Darien, Illinois. Matt Walsh.
Yeah,
he was also in Semi-Pro. Matt Walsh.
He's skinny guys and a mustache.
He played the priest, the referee priest.
Yes,
Father Pat.
Yep.
Don't you remember that?
Yeah.
Will Ferrell said, suck my cock, Father Pat.
Yeah.
And then he threw him out of the game. He goes, why you threw me out of the game? He goes, that's my C. That's my C.
I see.
Buddy, was his name Buddy in the movie?
Buddy was.
What was his name in Semi-Pro?
Jackie Moon.
Jackie Moon.
Jackie
Buddy's
Moon.
elf.
Do you remember when they told him that they didn't want him to be the coach anymore? They were all dressed up in the costumes and they were going to doing some kind of weird little dance,
like a halftime show.
Yeah, yeah. And then they told him there, and he was like dressed up in a sun costume or something.
Yeah.
And he went, "You cocksucking motherfuckers."
We're really trying to make sure this one doesn't get boosted. Make sure that we have no shot of boosting this one.
You can bleep some of this stuff out. Pancakes.
Wait, were we supposed
to
to keep this clean?
Oh no!
I would say if we were, Jess did not mention that in the brief. That's on her.
No.
All right, you guys. I've had a blast. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for coming out, Matt.
Thanks,
Give a
Matt.
round of
Hey,
applause.
Matt.
You are wonderful young men.
In October, we're doing another Bears one. So
You are wonderful young men. Thank you, everybody. I love you, Elmhurst.
you're gonna be back on in October.
Get up.
I don't know if I've told you yet, but you're gonna be on again. So we're doing a Bears tailgate.
Cheers.
October 13th or something. So we'll watch out for that. Matt Kissane, everyone.
Whew. Hear that?
The comic
Eric, you might have to
stylings.
talk now. We're still going, right?
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah, we're
just
still
keep
going.
it rolling. We just keep it rolling here. So and I know you guys have gotten really nice and cozy on that love seat, but there is an open seat now. But I think you guys have grown close, and that this is maybe you feel more comfortable this way now.
Well,
Nibble pinch.
I told him I was going to put my arm around it at some
You can
point.
jump in if you want.
And I said, that's consensual.
Consensual if you,
Hop in,
if you
chef.
see it. Yeah, there he is.
Delicious, by the way. My stomach's just running out of capacity.
Very good.
Very good. Excellent.
Yeah, it's a lot of shave ice.
Oh, no. I meant like the meatloaf and stuff, too. It's excellent. So, yeah.
Shaved ice is really
Nah,
good.
the meatloaf.
Shaved ice has got me.
So Jordan, what's one of your fondest Will Ferrell memories? What's one of your favorites? It could be a sketch, movie. First thing that comes to mind.
It is.
What do you think?
I think the festival.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
You can walk. You can walk.
Don't you put that hurt on me, Ricky Bobby. Yeah, what do you say?
I hope you have two beautiful, articulate sons.
Beautiful son.
Beautiful, articulate sons. And then they lose their legs. So would you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby? Oh, man. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Very good
I
one.
think the most common memory of Will Ferrell I have just Step Brothers.
Yeah,
Just
home
watching it
movie.
over and over. I've seen it so many times.
Hello, Papalito.
Like
I'm burying you.
Will Ferrell for me is synonymous with old school.
Old school.
Yeah.
That was the
It
first one where I
just-
feel like he really was like the star of the show, even though he wasn't even the main
No,
like
right.
lead.
It was it
Vince
Luke-
Vaughn and Luke
Wilson.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they were
And-
the two mains.
Look, just having
We're going
him, like
streaking.
he gets he's in the cougar costume, jumps through the ring of fire.
You gotta keep our composure.
Keep our composure.
Did you see the behind the scenes of that? They shot it in an actual game, and nobody in the audience knew that it was happening. So the reactions were fully.
Like real.
I saw a video of it on someone's Facebook before the movie came out, and someone posted the video. They're like, "Why is this cougar like whipping this ball at this girl in the middle of halftime show?" Because he throws the ball at the girl back.
Yeah.
They're like,
So
"What is
funny.
going on at this game right now?" And then everybody found out it was Will.
Yeah.
in the locker room. Keep her composure. He's
of
just
the
been
funniest
burned,
things.
like 3rd-degree burn across his body.
He's like slammed the locker and shit. So good.
Great. Our grandmother was a fun.
She hated him.
Hated his
Yes. That's kind of what Erica said. He's like, he's almost too juvenile, but
so
I love it, though.
Again, like I said,
Makes me laugh.
like it's very juvenile
It
comedy,
is.
right?
Yeah, it definitely
like
is. It's like
through
Dick
and
and fart
through.
jokes kind of
But
thing. Yeah.
at the same time,
Me
like
out.
when his supporting cast can like
Like
kind
vibe
of
with
bring
it.
like a maturity and vibe with it,
Yeah.
like behind it, like it just makes it like that much more funny. And
Oh, yeah.
like I said, like I don't find like I hate his comedy, but
Yeah.
it's the cast around him that makes him funny for me.
Yeah.
It just
Watching a car crash.
Yeah.
You can't look away.
Yeah.
But you want to look away because you know you're a terrible person.
Yeah.
But, like,
The reason I like Will Ferrell is that he's not afraid to like make a fucking ass of himself. That
Yes.
like some of the stuff he does is so goofy and like out there. It's like it takes someone with some balls to go out there and do some of the stuff he does.
Hey,
because
Gator,
it's
don't
so
play that
goofy and
Yeah.
stupid, you know. But it's like
That's another
really
great
hard
movie,
to get up
Other
in front of
Guys,
people and
with Mark
sell
Wahlberg.
that.
just watch it.
Let me ask you guys a question,
go.
a Will Ferrell question, okay? Elf, okay?
Yeah.
I thought Elf was awful the first time I saw it because I was in the theater making out with some girl in high school when I saw it. So I was like, this movie's
Like a kid
stupid.
movie, too,
and I
kinda.
saw it again. It was better. Yeah. You know, he did a great job in Elf, no doubt.
Yep.
But do you think Elf would have been better if the Elf character was played by Jack McBrayer specifically?
no.
I think that he's too like sweet, Jack McBrayer. Like I
Yeah.
think that it would be he'd be too like innocent looking. Like I don't know.
Plus, how tall is he? Because I feel like half the movie, the
It's
reason Elf is
like how
hilarious is
fu-
because
like-
he's like 6'6".
So, yeah,
and
maybe.
he like towers over.
I do
everybody
like
in New
that
York
Jack
City.
McBrayer kid though. He's on 30 Rock.
Yeah,
He's like the
yeah,
one
and he
that
was in
plays
Talladega
Paige,
Nights too. He was
Yeah.
during the big
Yes.
crash. He was
Yeah.
peaches and cream. You know, like
Yeah.
I just felt like if you're looking for like an alternate option for Buddy, the height. You're right. You're right.
Height's
Totally on the height.
So funny.
And like the curly hair thing and stuff like that. 'cause,
Yeah,
you know,
sticking
as-
out of the thing. Yeah.
he kind of looks like that fat
so
kid from
shit.
Bad Santa.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
when he's little and
Thurman
stuff.
Merman?
Yeah,
Thurman Merman?
Thurman. Is that his real name?
That's the name of the kid on
Yeah.
the movie.
Oh my
yeah.
god! I was saying, like, if that was his name in real life. Like
Oh,
he's
no.
probably doing crack rocks with beans from Even
That kid
Stevens right
still
now.
is. Yeah, he made him a wooden pickle. I'm sure he gets made fun of.
Him
quite a
and
bit.
Beans from Even Stevens are probably like roommates. Now that would be watchable.
They're going hard in the hotel room right now.
The crystal meth. Nothing's worse than heroin.
Oh my god!
I don't know. I
All
always,
right, kids, we don't promote crack usage or heroin usage on this show. This is just a joke. Don't do crack. All right?
kids watch this.
I hope not.
Well, we're banned.
I sure hope not.
I should have done a little more
Start passing
research.
this around.
I've
Start
never
passing it around.
signed that.
All right.
You've never signed it?
Never signed it.
All right, well, you're gonna get on it tonight.
Nah.
Just sitting down. Get
Wait,
on the
that's
panel.
your brother,
I like
right?
being the anonymous guy.
You know what, man? You didn't even wear your apron again tonight. Why did I even buy this shit for?
I want to sign it somewhere good because it looks like it wipes off.
Don't
the
go on the
seal.
head, the X head. It does wipe off. Go in the yellow if you want to, or yeah, you could get somewhere.
Oh, I found a spot.
There you go. That seems like a nice spot,
There's a
right
lot of
tucked up
signatures on
there.
that thing now, man.
I was kind of
You gotta
starting to
take the
think
handle
about.
off and put a new
I
handle
was starting to think about how many there was. It's at least 100 from my
on.
calculations.
So many.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're like
Ooh,
43 episodes or something like that
I
now.
put walls around my signature. We're gonna build
For
a
while,
wall.
it was a lot
Build
of
a wall.
a lot of new people. So yeah, I think we're at least 100 on there.
Got everybody at Claremont.
Yeah, a few different people over there.
What do you do with this thing? You chop the wood? Is that the?
So yeah, we did a couple B-roll footage things early on. Me chopping some wood. The very first axe handle I had.
Are you gonna
I
stand
did
there?
a very first, a good first take. Chopped a couple logs right where I needed to. We went to do some close-ups, and I missed the log and hit right here on the axe handle and snapped it completely right off. So then we bought a new axe and decided to not let me chop wood anymore. Yep. And then we got a chainsaw.
What is the combined axe, shovel, and pickaxe handles broken by the peacock?
I mean, I got at least 3 or 4 on my hit list.
I had 3 or 4 that one weekend.
Yeah.
In the cabin.
Yeah.
That's an axe handle.
So you're not gonna sign it. You're just gonna be a dick. Mm-hmm. All right, whatever. We don't want you on the axe.
Are you on there?
No, I don't. I'm not a guest.
I'm not a guest either.
Okay, yeah, he's a chef. All right.
I'm a guest. I'm the only guest left. He went to take a dump.
Yeah, he went to take a dump. Yeah. Okay. And
The Meatloaf got to him.
Or the pancakes.
We just, yeah. Dude, he just kept going on and on about the pancakes up his ass. That was a funny shtick, though. I kind of enjoyed it. There's a lot of easy jokes to be made off of that.
Matt's a weird guy. I learned tonight on the podcast. You always learn something new.
So I was curious about you coming out of COVID and all that stuff. You got like a bunch of COVID jokes, or did you write a lot during quarantine?
Yeah, I wrote a lot. I didn't really want to write a lot of COVID jokes. Yeah. Everyone's taking a different approach, and anything I say isn't like the right or wrong, but just what's right for me. Because like the one thing about me is like I don't do political jokes because 50% of the time you're gonna piss off you're gonna piss off half the room every time, and that's not what comedy is. Like I think a lot of these comedians are up on their soapboxes trying to like preach their beliefs and shit, or get a reaction out of people. You want people to laugh.
Value.
Yeah. You go be a motivational speaker or go get into politics and shit. I'm here to make people laugh. I'm here to make them forget about all that bullshit going on the outside, and I don't want to talk about all the cliche shit on TV. And I even say that during my shows. I'm like, hey, I'm not here to talk about this. I'm here to have a good time. Let's have a good time. You know, people are getting babysitters and coming out on a Friday night after like a long week of work.
Yeah.
They don't want to deal with any of that bullshit. You know what I mean?
They want to escape all that crap.
So I try to take them away from that.
You're smart for realizing that.
Yeah. So what I did was, instead of writing jokes about COVID specifically, I wrote jokes about other things that have happened in the last year that people might have kind of looked past because of the whole COVID thing. So like,
have you wrote a joke about the ocean being on fire yet?
No.
Or is that
We're about
not
to get into something good. I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you told stick with the cooking. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know about the ocean being on fire either,
I could throw one or two at you if you want.
Yeah,
but
see what you got. What do you got?
Like, first off, right out the gate, like I binge watched all 3 seasons of Ozark last year.
Okay.
Grand Theft Auto Missouri. Yeah, that's what that is. It's Grand Theft Auto Missouri. Like, holy shit. Like,
good things about Ozark.
It's a great show, but it's totally Grand Theft Auto Missouri. You know,
Missouri.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
We had to furlough the stripper for my brother-in-law's bachelor party during. Yeah, that was
furlough the stripper.
We had to furlough the stripper because it sucked. Because it's like, you know, he's getting married, but it's like, you know, you can't really do the bachelor party, and it's like the mask and everything. And it's just like, do you know how awkward it is calling her to do that? You know, like you pick up the phone and you're like, ring, 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 ring. You're like, hi, is Peaches home? He's like, sorry, Cinnamon, I got the wrong number. And I like hang up the phone, you know. And I call her again, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it right this time. Like, ring, 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 ring. Hiya, is Peaches home? Sorry, Destiny, I really got to start saving these phone numbers. And I hang up the phone. And I'm like, you know, 3rd time's the charm when you get it right. You know, I'm like, ring, 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 ring. Hiya, is Peaches home? Oh, hey, Peaches! It's Mike Stricker. Yeah, from Bible camp. You know, like, hey, like I can't pay you to take this this bachelor party gig right now, so I'm gonna have to furlough you. No benefits, no pay. But when things get back to normal, you totally got the gig. You know, and may the Lord bless and keep you as well. And I like hang on the phone. It's so weird.
So do you? So did you rehire her when it's all settled down now, or
no?
Yeah, what happened to Peaches?
Well, happened to Peaches.
I don't know what happened to Peaches. May the Peaches be in a better place at this point. So
Peaches be with you.
I got Destiny and the Cinnamon's phone numbers in case, you know. So.
And be with you.
You just me with
Eric, see, that's why we had,
take my joke and add to it, you son of a bitch.
I'm the comedian out here, damn it.
Yeah, so like I talked about like other stuff that happened. Like one thing we did was I'll do one. That's fine. One thing we did was in December of last year we were getting like cabin fever, you know.
Yeah.
And you kind of see people vacationing a little bit. And you're just kind of like whatever. But it was one of those times where it's like people are doing their own thing. But then if you're being like online and stuff about it, I think people were doing things offline that they weren't really doing online, and we were all doing it, you know.
They
but,
wanted to avoid the judgment.
yeah. So yeah, totally. So
Want the heat.
we were getting cabin fever, and we had some rough things happen last year. So we decided to do a family vacation, and we decided to go to the Wisconsin Dells. Okay, like we decided to go pretty
Classic family
modest.
vacation.
3 hours away, America's #1 water park resort. Right? We decided, you know, we're going. The
Guy
idea
sells everything.
yeah, like the idea was it was December. We're gonna go to a resort with an indoor water park. I've got a 2-year-old. He could go to the water park. He's gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
Super affordable, 3 hours away, very practical trip. And in December, people were probably like, "Oh, like that was really irresponsible to go." Because I'm not talking about everything from last year, but like just at the time, that was a thing. But like, I live in a 48-unit condo complex because I'm not great at comedy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. So I'm in a 48-unit condo building in Westmont, you know, which is the whitest suburb.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting a Harold's chicken, though, in September, so we're not so white anymore.
So you're segregated.
We're getting a Harold's chicken for real.
It's a real melting pot.
Yeah. Diversity is coming to Westmont, you know?
Wait, of all suburbs?
Yeah. It is the whitest suburb. So we decided to go to Wisconsin Dells. We went for 3 days. We went on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday in December, right? Okay. And the first 2 days we went to the water park, and there were more lifeguards than swimmers.
Yeah.
You know, and it was great because I was like, hey, if I take my eyes off my child for a minute, he's got
him, right?
twice the chance of getting saved. I like those numbers.
Yeah.
I'm a numbers guy.
I'm a numbers.
You know, third day we're at the Wisconsin Dells. The water park was closed at our resort. We knew it was going to be closed. It's the third largest resort of the Wisconsin Dells. We decided to like hit like the little strip down there, and then we went to like the outlet mall and everything. We go back to our hotel at 5 o'clock, and we're gonna get dinner because they had like a restaurant at the resort. Okay, so because of a bunch of different events, what had happened was it was a Tuesday. Okay. Halfway between Thanksgiving and Christmas during a global pandemic, and the water went out at the restaurant and the resort. They sent everybody home, okay? So when we walked into the hotel, it was me, my wife, our 2-year-old, and a lady at the front desk. We were the only people at the third largest resort in the Wisconsin Dells, okay? The only people. And you think about it, right? You're like, wouldn't it be cool to have the whole place to yourself, right? You think about your whole life, like, what if I went to Six Flags and had the whole place to myself? Like, you think about it, right?
Any roller coaster.
Yeah, like any roller coaster you want. Like, we got this whole resort to ourselves. And at first, I'm like, hey, this is really cool, you know?
Yeah.
But then it's like Wisconsin, and it gets creepy, right? You know, like, because it's Wisconsin. I look at my wife, I'm like, hey, just so you know, like, if I see twin girls in the hallway, I'm beating the shit out of them, right? I've seen The Shining, you know what I mean?
I'm not messing around.
I know how this happens.
I'm breaking this beer bottle and I'm stabbing these little bitches. You know, like that red rum is gonna be theirs on the wall. Like, I'll be the first white guy ever to get on World Star Hip Hop for good fighting. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be awesome. That's the kind of stuff I've been writing because of the last year. But notice, like, it is totally just a different direction than other stuff. Because again, like, we're not going to pretend like it didn't happen, but I just don't want to hear about it. I don't care about vaccines. We all know about it already. If you want to know this stuff, like, watch the news, go on your Facebook for 5 minutes and hear some, you know, weird person who like shaves their head, but is like, I don't know, like, just like, you should get the vaccine. Like, we know.
Yeah, we got it.
We listen to science and stuff like that. You know, I just want to take it a different direction. And you know what? I'm working on it. I might not be the funniest guy I've ever seen, but you know what? I'm getting a lot better all the time. And it's not the same shit you're gonna see everywhere else. And it's gonna take you away from all of this stuff in the real world for maybe, you know, 45 minutes or however long I'm doing it for. We're gonna have a good time.
People pay money for a babysitter and stuff like that. They want to escape.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my whole credo.
That's why I do it.
Yeah.
That's why got a kid. Everybody got a kid knows
You guys got to get yourself some parents.
Yeah, right.
I haven't thought about a vaccine once since I drink this delicious snow cone. You're doing a good job. Doing the Lord's work, boy.
So Eric, what is up your alley comedy wise?
So actually a comedian that I've been following recently, actually probably since the pandemic, is Andrew Scholes. He's total like off. It's a little extreme comedy. It's more.
Is he on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Does he do like the set and he's talking about?
So a lot of his things is dealing with banter from the crowd and whatnot. So he takes a lot of crowd reactions and so totally dirty. Totally gives me like a
this guy.
yeah.
This guy's my favorite.
Like gives me a kind of like a George Carlin.
George Carlin vibe.
George Carlin vibe.
I've had better meatloaf. No one gets it.
But George Carlin had more of a skit, but as far as the quick-wittedness of his comedy is dealing with his crowd, asking them, or one of the funnest things like that I saw with him is he was in the bathroom at one of his shows, and he's in the bathroom and he goes in there and the lights turn on, and then all of a sudden in the bathroom, somebody from the toilet says, "Thank God." so for like the first 15 minutes of the show, this guy is convinced he's going to find the person in the audience that was sitting there on their phone in the bathroom
in the dark.
taking a dump in the stall, and then all of a sudden a person goes, "Thank God." So like literally like 15 minutes passes in his skit, and he goes into it and he's like, "Man, this is just really bothering me." And one of the servers in the the thing says, "Yeah, that was me." And so it just wrapped the whole thing together, and it was just kind of like
so
his attention. And he does a lot of racial comedy too, but it's his delivery for it is so on point and so non-racial. Like he'll bring up the racial points of he'll guess somebody's race. Yeah. But he'll go in. Exactly. But he'll go into why he knows that much about it. So he's very well educated in his audience and what they need to do. And it just makes it that much like it's kind of cringeworthy. It's kind of it's just that it's that balance, right? Who's the other guy that I like that does that?
Jeselnik.
Jeselnik. I was gonna say he reminds me of Andrew too.
That is, if you were to put two comedians together, like and compare them, like Anthony Jeselnik would be.
You've seen this guy. You know the guy he's talking about.
I think I do. The only thing that got me tiresome of Jeselnik was it started to get to a point where his cadence and his take the 90-degree turn was like getting so. Like you could see it coming from a mile away. It's like he's gonna set it up this way, then he's gonna say the darkest, weirdest shit as a punchline. It's like it was funny for a while, and it got me for a while,
dark.
and then it was like, okay, I see what you're doing here, bud.
Yeah, and then he got his comedy show on Comedy Central, and then I started watching that, which is actually kind of funny too, because he talks with
episodes.
David Spade and stuff like that. Okay. But that's, I guess, kind of the comedy that it just teeters that line of disrespectful and just kind of,
I totally
it's like
understand
mildly awkward.
Right.
It's great.
It's socially awkward.
It's almost what was his name? The guy in the '90s. It was all the leather with the cut off sleeves. Dice Clay.
Andrew Dice Clay. Yeah.
Andrew Dice Clay. Yeah. Hickory dickory dock. Bitch was sucking my cock.
What is the other one? Little Miss Muffet sat in a tuffet. What's in the bowl, bitch?
I'm not gonna lie.
I love that he was found his way in Entourage too, because I was a big Entourage fan. And then at the end, last couple of seasons, he gets on a show with Johnny Drama, and they're on this animated show together. And Clay's pretty funny. Just as a person in general, it seems like he's pretty much that guy all the time.
What's the other guy's name? Steve. What's his name? I can't think of it now.
Steve something?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I feel like I'm totally that guy who would have said thank God on the toilet because I just checked and my parlay just hit. You know what I mean? Like, thank God. That would be me.
You been gambling a little bit? You
Oh
like
yeah.
gambling?
Yeah.
So now it's so easy.
What do
too.
you gamble?
DraftKings phone.
DraftKings.
Yeah. So and it's cool. Like they do a lot of like promos and stuff to kind of like shake it up a bit, you know, and but it's been really fun.
What do you bet? Football, baseball,
a little bit of everything, but not like to the point where I need to call that phone number. Like if you're betting on Norwegian darts,
gambling phone number.
Yeah.
It's the number that you log in every time, and it's like, hey, are you sure you don't have a gambling problem?
Yeah.
Like you're logging in again.
Yeah.
Like the one site that I look at, it says, "Are you sure you're 18?" It's like the ones I look at.
Yeah. Like the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing I've hit on is eating. They do the
orange and black
the eating contest. So
there's eating contest parlays.
yeah, well, I mean, parlay, but you
Bet on Matt Stoney.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet on Matt Stoney because here's the thing. I'll name drop. So I'm friends with a guy named Randy Santel. He doesn't.
You're not friends with Randy Santel.
I am friends with Randy
No
Santel.
way,
He's slept over at my
dude.
place a few times. Yeah, he's a friend of mine. Just moved to Milwaukee. He's come to my.
You want to get him on the show
You're
to see if we
talking
can do
betting eating with a chef.
Yeah, Randy Santel. Yeah, he's
Atlas,
a buddy of
baby.
mine. Atlas, dude, absolutely wonderful guy, man. I'll see if I can call him afterwards. Say
love
hello.
him.
He's a great dude.
Great. I watched
Amazing
every
human.
single one of his videos.
Dude, you
Every
could
single
see
one.
me in some of the videos at Cheesy's in Chicago and at the meatball place Fontenot's.
Yeah,
you see me in the videos. I'm there.
really?
Yeah, totally.
He
Yeah.
did the
Fontanos or Fontanos? Is it a Hinsdale?
I don't know. I'm white. I don't
Hinsdale?
fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Hinsdale, it's a sub place?
He did the one in like over by
It's
like
Fontano's.
UIC. Fontano's.
It's Fontano's.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's my
He did the 30 or that whatever pizza challenge
Yeah.
in like Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
Failed it. That was
Yeah.
like the only time I think I've ever seen him fail.
He's failed a few for various reasons, but his overall record.
There's a pizza challenge up north somewhere. I don't know if it's Crystal Lake exactly, but it's
Yeah.
up there somewhere.
It's got to be Crystal Lake.
And it's fucking massive pizza.
Yeah.
It's only 2 people, and you only get so much
I did
liquid
one
to
of these
drink.
in-
And there's
in
like,
Florida with my buddy
Yeah.
James. and
we did it.
I puked.
And
you
the-
did it with you
I did it
failed
with
that kid.
Terrence.
No, you failed. Though.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was 12.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
You were young.
Like I watch the videos, and you watch the videos too. But here's some things that if they're doing bets. Okay, Joey Chestnut is the king of eating
Yes,
hot
he is.
dogs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But if they're doing popcorn like they did, he doesn't do that. It's different eating.
Yeah.
It's different
Yeah.
technique. That doing the hot
crazy.
dogs doesn't
Yeah.
give you an edge. And so when they had Joey Chestnut as a favorite and they had Matt Stoney at plus 400, I threw it on Matt Stoney and it hit no problem.
Stoney eats everything.
He eats
good.
everything.
That's
He is
crazy.
the most overall best eater in the
Plus
world.
400 on
Yeah.
food eating.
Yeah,
Great.
and it hits. I've won everything. You know,
Dude,
every food stuff they do like maybe one every quarter. We'll say
Yeah.
they do one every quarter. I don't know. They did some weird thing where they wouldn't let you bet on the hot dog eating contest if you were in Illinois, which is some dog crap. You know, it's whatever. Illinois is hard.
You got the
dog crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the inside information from the mob, maybe.
Well, that in Illinois now, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you want to sign up for a sports book, you actually have to go to a casino to do it. It's stupid because of stupid governor law. It's the only state that they do this. And so here's the thing: if you wanted to sign up for DraftKings, you actually have to drive to the casino,
I'm already signed up though.
which is in East St. Louis.
So it's if you.
But if you
so
got in before, then you're good.
When did they pass this?
I want to say in the last like 6 months,
Oh.
and so you have to physically
You
go to
can't
the
sign up.
casino.
Like
East St.
mom
Louis.
can't
In
sign
food?
up for DraftKings right now.
No.
Correct. You would have to drive to East. I'm pointing like 'cause she's there. You would have to drive to East St. Louis to go to the casino. The
Time
thing
to go
is,
to East
the
St. Louis,
different
Ma.
Sports books have different casinos that you have to go to sign up. Like one of them's at like Hawthorne and like
crazy.
Cicero. You go there and sign up. One's at Bet Rivers. You go to Rivers Casino.
But like, you can't sign up on the app DraftKings.
You can't start betting
Not
until you go to the
anymore, huh?
casino to sign up. Yeah. And
I
that's
thought I
only
got
an
in early.
Illinois thing because our governor's an idiot. And I hate doing politics stuff. I hate doing politics stuff, but I'm just saying everybody
governor's
knew.
an idiot.
You're in the majority.
Here's
here.
Yeah, I think you're in the
okay.
majority there.
I don't get into politics stuff, but let's just face it, and it's happening again. I'm telling you right now. Every year in fall is flu season. It's not a stranger. It's been like this since we were little kids, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years.
Yep.
Everybody knew a second wave was coming in fall last year, and this guy didn't do shit to help local businesses. He didn't do anything. He could have spent all summer coming up with a plan for businesses other than telling them to close down again. My friends' breweries went under, people went under. That's bullshit. He's a governor. He should have known that. It's going to happen again this year, and I'm not one of those
simple.
conspiracy guys, but fall season is flu season. Even if it's just a flu, everyone's going to blame it on COVID again.
Yep.
It's going to happen. Do something to help your local businesses. That's my one beef. That, and I know he stole toilets, and that's a whole other weird thing.
No, didn't he take the toilets out of his house
to beat
taxes?
And then he got called out on it, and he did it the right way, but he didn't do it until he was.
And then he
called out on
installed
it.
golden toilets in his house to fucking throw the middle finger up to everybody.
I don't want to
He
get.
moved to his farm in Wisconsin for a while.
Yeah. And his family was vacationing for it. I don't want to get into politics stuff. I don't really have any.
He also
beef with
eats out of
Lori,
a crop.
I thought you said you didn't talk about politics.
Yeah, I don't. That's like my one thing. The only thing I'll say about Lori Lightfoot is that she looks like a contestant who lacked confidence on the supermarket.
I heard of you say her name.
Okay,
Hold on.
that's it.
I heard of you.
Coming out of Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I heard of you say her name
That's
3
me.
times. She pops up.
Yeah.
One
Like
of
it,
my
like it. Beetlejuice.
at the place that I last work, I had one of our customers who had deemed Pritzker Fatso, and like we would call it by that name, and Lori Lightbrain. And so it was just like those two like combinations of. I'm just kind of like, man, we know where you were at on this side of the aisle.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, it kind of.
His fatness has nothing to do with his stupidity, though.
Lori Lightweight
It's not
can't
just
hold
separate
on.
options. Or separate
You can be
problems.
fat and smart, and you can be
Lots of people.
skinny and stupid.
Can be really
You
sick.
just happen to be fat and stupid.
Yeah, but I got nothing else to say about politics.
All right,
those
that's
things. You know, like that's it, and that's not even like really political, but just like, hey, like that's what's going on. You know, like that's
It's not even political at all. It's more of like
support local
it's
businesses.
community.
Yeah.
It's community. I want to look out for people because at the end of the day, I'm a comic. I live out here. It took me 15 minutes to get here. You know what I mean? Like, I support my local businesses. I do shows at local businesses,
check
at
out more
breweries
brewing
and
company.
stuff.
More brewing.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out more. You know, if they wanted to do a comedy show, I'd be like,
Triple
hell yeah!
IPA
If you're
was really
listening
good.
more brewing company, I'll do a show. I understand you have a location in Huntley. I've done my research. If you want to book a comedy
We're on
show,
this camera
we know.
over here.
Oh, we're on this camera over here. Hey, more brewing company. What's up? It's comedian Mike Stricker. I live in Westmont and I do shows at breweries. You could talk to my friends. We'll do something. Pay us.
Talk to my friend.
Hey,
Yeah. It's like what Matt did earlier, but a lot less kill myself if it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So
a lot less tank everything.
Yeah.
way less flapjacks.
Yeah, a lot less anger.
A lot less tank.
Yeah.
I'm worried about him driving to Yorkville. Like, are you guys thinking about him a little bit? He's probably like, Adam McKay, better call me.
Matt's a good. He's a good sport about it all. He's a good sport.
It's in a bitch move to talk to him about him after he's left. I mean, he could watch this when he
No,
wants.
we always say nice things about Matt.
He's a great
he'll
dude.
laugh. He'll like it. He's good. But he is. I've never seen him that hot. He was a little hotter
Oh,
than
he
he
was a little
normally
worked
is.
up.
He was all worked
He
up.
can't even blame the booze. I mean,
He didn't drink anything.
did he get a buzz from that
Oh, yeah, maybe
raspberry
just that
cobbler?
Hey, what is this thing?
It's raspberry cobbler.
Oh, take
Actually,
it.
that's Matt's.
Yeah,
He
Try,
never
wanna try
finished.
one?
I know.
Raspberry cobbler?
I'll pass.
You're sure?
Hard pass.
It looks like a
What do you
fruit
drink?
smoothie, right?
What do you drink, Chef Jordan? I'm interested in what you drink because you probably have come up with some badass like beer food collab. So I'm interested.
Oh no, not at all. I drink Miller Lite and Beam.
You should have said that before you made us try the meatloaf. Hey, I made this meatloaf. Also, I drink Miller Lite and Beam. I would have been like, I'm good.
The three most American
actually
things
Miller
ever.
Lite and Beam was in 1993. Like, what the hell?
Miller Lite beef and
The
meatloaf.
food was so good, and you
Seriously,
drink like it's the
what
90s.
What other country in
And fireworks go off behind us.
and
An American Eagle.
an American flag
Bald
Speedo.
eagle swoops down.
I just want to know what other country in the world enjoys their meatloaf style.
I don't know if anyone does such a
think it's
loafy
American.
style of meat.
I would say that.
I mean,
that's American ingenuity at its finest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought
Loafed,
to put
loafed meat.
see that bread
put
stuff
meat
there?
in a loaf
Who made it
pan?
just like a
Hey, see that
meat.
pan where you cook your
meat
bread in?
bread.
What if we just throw
meat
meat?
bread.
There's some meat in there with some bread.
Yeah, with some crumbs of bread. Good.
You know my least favorite part of the sandwich? It's the bread. What if we could make the bread meat?
Meat.
That's
That's how it was thought. Exactly.
And it's evolved since. So, what if we made the bread donuts, which is way better?
Yes.
Deep fried
We have
meatloaf.
tried that. My mother actually cooked that up for us one time.
They have
Krispy
deep fried
Kreme,
Krispy
buns.
Kreme buns on.
Oh, hell yeah.
But you split them in half and you throw a
Yeah,
cheeseburger
we
in
grill
there.
them for a second.
I'll be fat, but I'll be happy, and that's
Yeah.
not what it's all
Burger.
about.
You know what? You get that one in. takes like at least
When you have
a month
three,
off.
A mother's
listen,
love.
Listen, when you're a single mom and you got 3 boys going through football at the same time,
Yeah, you gotta
be creative.
Yeah.
You're looking for the protein.
Get him
I used to eat a,
She's got vodka in the Gatorade. Let's go.
I used to just eat a tub of cottage cheese.
Oh, gross.
Protein, man. Get it any way you can.
Yo, if you got like a chef bio online, I'd leave a lot of this shit out. Just be like, just eat this.
I'm
Don't
not an
ask what I
actual
drink.
chef.
not an actual chef.
No.
Oh, well, this is just all a grand illusion. Like,
Pulling this shit.
Smoking
trickery.
He's
He's been duped. He's been duped.
We're not even in the backyard.
Here, I'll give you.
Yeah.
Here. We're not even in the backyard.
fun fact, we're actually Borderland. We're technically in Bellwood right now. Oh my gosh. We're in Bellwood.
We're in Bellwood. This is in Elmhurst.
Yeah, that's not fireworks.
Yeah.
That's an AR, brother.
Weird way of telling people your house costs 10 grand.
If you, want,
That's cool.
if you want the background on my cooking, it started when I was in 6th grade. I made a meatloaf. Or no, I made a pot roast.
Pot roast.
With my mom. What we had to do is we had a contest at our middle school, Churchville.
Yeah.
And we had to cook something out of a cookbook from the library. And all the girls, because I was the only guy who entered, and all the girls baked something.
Yeah.
And I was the only one that cooked food. I cooked a pot roast with roasted carrots and potatoes when I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, wow.
And so
Did you use wine?
No, I didn't. I should have. The teachers would have liked me a lot more. I probably would have passed my classes. But when I brought it, all the teachers were like, "You're the only one that brought food," and like some of us didn't eat lunch because we thought there was going to be food here.
Yeah.
So like they all praised me for it, and from then I was like, I think I like cooking.
With
And then I
your
used to make a
food-eating
restaurant
contest.
when I was a kid. I used to like pretend I was a restaurant owner, and I used to serve food to my mom and make like crazy concoctions for like dessert with like churros standing out of ice cream. And I was always huge on presentation.
It's too bad you guys didn't live in Oak Park or River Forest. You would have totally been on MasterChef Junior. I know it. Like,
Probably.
That's where it's shot out of, or what?
no, it's just some people from Oak Park and River Forest get on shit like that all the time.
It's just a generalization.
It's like they're like, we're doing a reality show. They go house to house in Oak Park and River Forest. Like, is there anything we can utilize?
Yeah. Justin, when's the last time you saw a reality TV show where they're like, yeah, we're from Madison, Illinois?
Oh, yeah, he's
never.
right, though. No.
It's always from like, we're from
They go
Chicago.
for House Hunters. They go House Hunters. They ask about House Hunters. They ask about Survivor, and they ask about America's Got Talent. Right in the same door knock.
Yeah,
so,
all of them.
So it's like they get them all out. What are
all
you
the
into?
reality shows.
It's like,
Which one are you
sorry,
into?
wrong town. Like,
Yeah, it's too bad.
We're all
Oh,
from
is this Maywood? We walked too far. Turn around.
we're all from Chicago though. When it all comes down to it, we're all from Chicago.
Yeah, right.
We're all from Chicago.
Except if you ask somebody if they're actually from Chicago, then they get really mad when
Then
we say
you
we're
tell
from
them you're from the
Chicago.
west suburbs
Yeah.
yeah.
of Chicago.
Yeah.
Like,
I always throw
They
the
try to
of
show
Chicago
us
in
up
there.
like
If
assholes.
someone goes, "Oh, you're from downtown Chicago," I'm like, "No, I'm the west suburbs."
No, I'm
of
lying
Chicago.
to you. I'm lying to you.
Yeah.
Western suburbs of Chicago.
Oh, so you're from Chicago?
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel guilty, and I'm just like, no, not really.
Yeah.
Northwest suburbs.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. Like, you know, like I have friends who live in the city and they're just generally cooler. You know, I don't know if it's that fast paced lifestyle, you know, but like we'll be hanging out and my buddy walking in the room and be like, yeah, North Side, represent. And everyone like gives him a high five. And then my other buddy walks in and he's like, yeah, South Side, represent. And everyone gives him a high five. And then I come walking in and I'm like, yeah, West Suburbs, represent. And they're like, sit down, you know. And I do the joke of the show and someone asks one time, they're like, what about the East Suburbs? I go, it's a fucking lake. Like, the pirates of Lake Michigan cruising around by Navy
Who's walking
Pier.
into that party? Aquaman?
Yeah, like
That's the only guy from the east suburbs.
No, it's the water world.
East Side represent. Like, yeah.
Are you Kevin Costner?
Yeah, Kevin Costner. That's what I was looking for. Yep. There it is.
No.
The best comedy that I think they've ever released was Waterworld. It was a laugh fest.
And the girl
for
from
a lot of different reasons.
Napoleon Dynamite in there too. The girl,
Was she?
Yeah, it was Deb.
Deb, yeah.
Deb from Napoleon Dynamite was in there, and she was in what was that other movie, Andre with the seal? You guys remember that? That's a deep cut. I feel like Matt
don't know if
Kissane
I've
old
seen
talking about that shit. His vast knowledge was impressive. I was like you guys remember this? I was like, I don't, you know.
Vance, he's going back some decades.
He is going back. Are we done talking about the Will Ferrell stuff and just kind of rambling? I gotta drop
yeah,
one more Will
whatever.
Ferrell one.
Let's go back.
One more.
Circle it back in.
I'm gonna throw it in right out the gate. You can't talk smack about this Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah.
Kicking and Screaming. Okay,
It's a great
I love
movie.
movie.
Dick is in there.
Ditka is in the movie,
Ditka
and
in it.
and if you ask
Ditka.
why I feel this strongly, it's because my wife's uncle wrote it. That's the
No
truth.
way.
My wife's uncle wrote Kicking and Screaming. He wrote Space Jam, and he wrote The Santa Claus, and he wrote Kicking and Screaming. Yeah, and it's funny because I mentioned that online.
Claus?
The
Like-
original Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Yeah. So he
a
wrote
good one, dude.
all
It's a
three
good
of
one.
those. And I'm not gonna act like I'm super close to my wife's uncle. I'm not. He came to our wedding. He's been around a bit. Super nice guy. His name's Leo. His name's on like all the movies and stuff. I think there's actually, if you watch the DVD of Kicking and Screaming, they have like the deleted scenes and like the bloopers and the extras and stuff. And they interview him in there, which is super cool. But his name's on all of it. And I think he I don't know if he was involved with Space Jam 2, but one dude probably killed it with Space Jam. Like killed it, no doubt.
Yeah.
But his name I actually saw was listed because it's based on a story by him because it's a sequel. So he actually got name credit thing in Space Jam 2. Now being from here, we know it's not going to be better than Space Jam 1 because LeBron's a bitch and Jordan's better forever. You know, and that's just
Jordan's the GOAT.
yeah. And I know that LeBron
I've
James
never watched
was
that.
like,
I'll never watch
I'll
it.
tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now how
kid will not
Space
be
Jam
seeing
2
it.
ends. LeBron James flops, and then he flops into
Oh, is
eternity
that
and
what
just
he does?
flies through
Yeah.
eternity. Flops.
They lose
forever.
in the end because
Yes.
he flops.
And they lose in the
actually
end.
Call
Yeah.
it an offensive.
And then he just floats into eternity. Flopped.
Call it a block.
With his back just going.
No.
you ever have like a you post something on like social media on like maybe like an ESPN page or like another person's page, and it's like a page that has like tons of likes, and then your comment gets like a bunch of likes. You ever have that?
Yeah.
I
I've had that
had
before.
one. Do you want to hear like the one where I feel like this
Of
one
course
stood out?
we do.
This was my one from
You're
last
setting it
year.
up well.
So LeBron James, nailed his ass. I got him so good. Here's what happened.
You nailed LeBron's ass.
Oh, I got him with my comment on here, and so here's what happened.
cut him,
Here's
dude.
what happened, and look, and I'll say I know he does a lot for charity and stuff like that. That's cool. I
Great
totally
human
get
being.
it. But I'm just saying,
Great human being. Great father. Too.
great father, great human being. He does a lot of stuff for charity. However, any human that does something stupid that's notable, we remember, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And so
That's what the internet's for.
they posted a screenshot.
alive forever.
Yeah. And so exactly that's what the internet's for. Would I say this to his face? No, I'd ask for a picture with him and then probably post, check out a picture of me and this bitch, like on you know what I mean?
After you're
Like,
far enough away.
like I'd be super passive aggressive about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to be within like swinging distance.
Yeah.
The pictures that make me cool, but the captions that make me even cooler to my
yeah.
friends. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean?
100%.
But what happened was he had posted online about the Washington football team, and he was like, "Wow, you're called the Washington football team. Like you put so much time into that, huh?" And then I commented with like, "Yeah, great call, LeBron. You know what we should do? Go on TV for Sunday night for an hour to discuss something that could have been covered over one tweet. You know, remember when he left and the decision that could have been a tweet. Why were you on TV for an hour?" And it just everybody just liked the comment except for the LeBron fans. Oh, and they were coming at me too.
Oh, yeah, I
on there.
bet.
And
Got a pretty
it's
strong
funny
fan base.
because he's got a strong, and they were so butthurt. And one guy's last name was James, and he like said this. I was like, bro, I know you're sticking up for your cousin or whatever, but you just like I'm taking the win here. Like that's what happened. People like, you still talking about this living rent free in your head? It's like, no, it's not living rent free in my head. But if he says something stupid and it contradicts something stupid he did, it's fair game to call it out. That doesn't mean I'm mad about it, but it's just like, kettle calling up hot black.
Yep.
It's what it was. But that was my one. Like within it was good when it got more likes than the original post, and it
always
just
the best.
You gotta
Adam
get it
Schefter
early
was like,
though. It's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Gotta get
you
it
gotta
early,
be
yeah,
because
fast.
You don't. Facebook usually sorts comments by how many likes there are,
Yeah.
but when you get an early comment in
It
there,
just
it's
hangs out.
always
It
up-
just hangs
it's-
out
yeah,
there.
It hangs out at the top.
Yeah.
Then the more likes you get, the higher it just keeps climbing.
Gotta be
That's
quick.
the best
Gotta
way.
be with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
You
be
can't comment
quicker
late.
than
This
that.
shit's all the way at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's right.
But Kicking and Screaming was good because it was Will Ferrell showing he can do more kids movies. Like the Elf thing worked out really well.
Yeah.
They had to show he can do PG-13 movies, and he did it. Like he did a good job in the movie. It was a different role. But yeah, hell yeah, Ditka was in there. It was great because
Ditka's.
my wife got to go to like the premiere of the movie, and there's like a picture of her and her sister and brother and cousins with like Will Ferrell and stuff. And then like a few years ago, she was working at a grocery store for a while, and she got to take Ditka's groceries out to his car. And I was like, "Did you mention like, hey, my uncle?" And she was like, "No," like she didn't like bring it up. But like, you gotta like the movie. It was again the thing of those three movies that he wrote have in common was that there was a niche at the time to write comedies that were okay for kids.
Yeah.
So like Space Jam, Kicking and Screaming. the Santa Claus, like no swearing, no like innuendo stuff. Like it was like just like clean comedy stuff. And so like, yeah, you gotta like kicking and screaming. Like that's a movie I'm gonna watch with my kids. I'm like, that's mom's uncle. I don't know what you call that in the family relations. Like, what do you call your mom's uncle? Like your second uncle? Like I don't know what that is. I'm not from Kentucky. I don't understand the relations.
Figure out how they could, if they could get married. They're like, hey, you're my mom's uncle.
Yeah.
Does that work out for us?
Yeah.
Is that legal? Or I don't know.
Is that blood or coincidence?
Is that my uncle or your uncle?
Is that even like really being married? I don't know.
What does the science say about that?
Yeah,
You know, just
we're not even related.
Where's
Yeah.
the bloodline?
Yeah.
Gotta follow the bloodline.
Barely.
You'll find out if the baby comes out Cyclops or not.
Oh.
Be good to go.
There's an extra arm here.
Yeah.
There's an extra.
They had the white elephant at Christmas one time. They did a white elephant every year, like for like the first like maybe 5 or 7 years. Me and my wife were together,
Yeah, I love
and where it's like you open it and then like
People can
you
steal
can
from you and
steal.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I showed up
Best.
late because I had work or something like that, and I get the last gift, and I open it, and it's a
good.
copy of Space Jam on DVD. And Uncle Leo's right there, and I was like, you know, I've been really wanting this one for the collection. Like, I love this movie. It's so fun. Like, you can't like hate on it. And like, hey, like classic movie.
Did
like,
he bring it?
I don't know if he brought it.
That'd
Somebody
be
brought
really,
it.
Like piss poor.
The irony.
He probably gives them out to like trick or treat.
copies of that.
Wrapping them up.
Trick or treat.
Gives them away for Halloween. Trick or
Yeah,
treat.
exactly. Like the kids this year are gonna be pissed when it's not Space Jam 2. Like I've been getting Space Jam 1 every year for the last 15 years. Yeah.
It's a $50 limit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Space Jam is not
Yeah.
worth 50 anymore.
Yeah. Stop giving out copies of the original script, okay?
But-
we don't need it
They
anymore.
don't care.
He was
Put
like
that Lola
yeah.
Bunny, huh?
Yeah. Oh man. Like, oh yeah.
Totally took her sexuality away in this new one. I heard.
Oh Lola Bunny. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
They made her just another bunny.
That's one of those things. Like I'd almost like to ask.
Get a
questions, like, so
reduction
did you give Lola the bus? Like
a white
you know
tail
that kind of thing. But he was a comic in Chicago too. So
It's just a white-tailed rabbit.
Yeah,
bouncing
just an
around.
actual rabbit. Yeah. They don't want to offend anyone, so
yeah.
put a real rabbit out.
And the
there.
next
Don't get
one
me
it-
offended now.
It's gonna be Lola, but with a Skrillex haircut.
Is that the black comb over? Like,
Yeah, I
over
wonder
your
what it
face?
is. That
She-
it's shaved all around with just a little like.
she looks like Lola and Little Nicky had a baby. Oh man. Yeah, Leo was a comic in Chicago in the 90s, and I'm pretty sure, well, Matt knew him, and I'm sure like lots of other comics knew him. He did like a comedy duo thing with this other guy, Steve, who was also like, they both wrote like everything together and stuff like that. And it's funny because like in my head, I'll just say it publicly, like for the first time ever on this podcast, I've always wanted to be like, hey, can you get me in at Zanies? You know, but like I haven't done it yet, you know, because it's like,
Well, we're doing it now.
yeah, like,
Zanies.
hey,
Zanies. Let's go.
like my wife's related to someone who you know. Please book me to do the show. You know, like you don't reply to my emails. I'm funnier than at least 20% of the comics you book. I promise.
You set a low bar.
Yeah,
I'm funnier than at least 5%.
I look at those Tuesday lineups and said, shit, I could be doing that. You know, I just don't have the time to go hang out because I've got a wife, 2 kids,
I'll
a
open
day
for
job.
somebody.
Yeah.
I'll open.
Yeah, you know, like that was my desperation thing. Matt's like, please give me work. And I'm like, I just want to work at Zanies and maybe make $30, you know, like
Hey,
cover, like, you know,
start somewhere.
$30 and validate my parking, you know,
gasoline.
Old Town.
I told Matt that earlier.
But you'll give the tip though to the guy though, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
So you'll make $0.
I'll make nothing, but I won't lose anything. I covered my expenses.
Yeah,
and isn't
But he
that the
performed
dream?
at
He had a
Zanies.
great thing.
Great.
Yeah.
And you when it's 80s, yeah. It's a win-win.
Because you know that's what happens sometimes. Like when I did that Chris Kattan show in May, it was a movie theater turned into a like a performance theater.
awesome.
It was almost sold out. It was a huge show, and I took pictures and signed autographs.
Yeah, I
and
saw
then
it.
humbled as hell going back to my day job like a bitch the next morning. You know what I mean? Like they just that's what happens. Like you have these like
Sign
awesome
autographs
nights.
and then you're at
Boss,
what do you
I'm
do for
gonna
your
be a
day
little
job?
I manage an office, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so like yes, sir. I'll make those photocopies. You know?
Like I was just signing autographs last night.
Yeah, signing autographs last
Do you know
night.
who I am?
Comedy.
You know who I am?
Yeah.
I don't think the killer set last night.
I'm a huge deal in Hobart, Indiana. Like you don't even know. Like that doesn't
was
mean
buzzing about me last night.
Yeah. I had a memorable
I signed
night.
autographs and everything.
Yeah, I signed autographs. Like I signed someone's baby's forehead. I
was
didn't,
just
but
gonna
can you
say,
imagine?
probably signed some babies.
Yeah,
Some
like
cleavage. You get some cleavage
That's right.
signing.
no, I wouldn't do that. You know, to be honest with you, like all
I
jokes
feel
aside,
like we come full circle with talking about
Yeah.
Will Ferrell now.
Yeah,
all yeah.
exactly. Sign the baby.
I wouldn't sign cleavage. I would just look at the girl and be like, "You're better than that," which is way funnier than signing the cleavage because you make her feel bad about herself while complimenting her. That's the way to go. Someone asks you to sign her cleavage, just look at her and just be like, "Hey, you're better than that," because then she goes home with like a thought process. You know
Like
what
build their
Yeah,
self-esteem.
you're building
Yeah.
her up a little bit.
Then I don't get canceled. You know, like I don't want to do anything to cancel. Like
Oh yeah, you
if
get one quick picture of that.
yeah, if anyone
there you
finds
go.
out I did improv in college, I'm screwed. Like that's how I'll get canceled. You did some improv in college. Oh gosh, you know, like
Does that get you canceled now?
If you're terrible.
that's the closest thing I've done to getting canceled. You know, improv. Oh boy, yeah,
The
Probably
improv
have-
team. For
They
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
have
yeah.
college courses for that now.
like
Yeah.
a troop. Yeah,
Is
Yeah, you
improv
gotta
a
get
college
into it.
course now?
I think so. I think you
Is
can
it?
master in it.
Yeah. I mean,
We appreciate you guys coming out. We're gonna give a shout out to Matt Kissane.
woo,
Thank you for coming out, Matt.
Mac
Thanks,
is
Matt.
We
saying,
appreciate it, Matt Kissane. He's always coming out. He's always having fun with us.
hope you're doing okay right now. Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
hope he made it to Yorkville. He's got his whole get up on. No better Chris Farley impersonator than Matt Kissane. Eric, thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, thanks for
Last
having me.
minute, like
Yeah,
out of nowhere,
thanks for
just
having me.
responding to the post and have you out. You were great, man. Thanks,
Yeah,
thanks
thank
for
you.
being on.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
me.
Absolutely. And we'll be sending you the schedule. We'll see if down the road maybe get you on another
Yeah, for sure.
episode. See what you're into. And the one and only Mike Stricker. Thanks for coming out, man.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I hope this was better than literally anyone, like someone, you know, just like I just gotta have done better than one
Oh
person.
yeah. No. We'll talk about it later. No, you did really good, dude. No,
You did better than me, that's for sure.
Talk about it later. We're just gonna be next shitting on people.
Yeah. No, you did great. You're fantastic, and I can
Thank you,
tell
man.
why you're getting gigs and you're all over the place.
Thank
I
you,
keep
man.
seeing you everywhere. I mean,
I'd go
Thank
to a
you.
brewery
Yeah.
to see you.
Hell yeah,
Absolutely.
come through, man. I got a few coming up in August. It'll be a good time. So I'll
Yeah.
shoot you a message. So
We'll post some stuff too of anything you got going on here soon. We'll throw it up on our site too, so
Yeah.
everyone can see.
I'll put you on the guest list. I'm not gonna lie, it's free entry, but I'll get
Yeah.
you. In.
Oh, yeah. You get it for free now?
Yeah, I'll get you in for free. Yeah,
You can
Yeah,
wave,
it's free.
It's the
yeah, you
effort.
can wave the cover, right?
It's the effort.
yeah. Waive the free cover. Yeah.
Wave the free cover, yeah.
And water's on me too.
Water's
Stay
on you,
hydrated,
perfect.
bitches. You know.
Shout out to Core Brewing Company, giving us the beers. We
They're
really
good.
appreciate it. Keep stoking those fires. Bonfire Banter signing out. Thanks for watching the episode. Thank you to everyone that's been subscribing, liking, commenting. Keep doing that. It means the world to us. Did want to say thank you to all of our amazing sponsors. York Furrier. If you're looking for fine outerwear and furs, go check them out in Elmhurst, right on York Road. More Brewing Company. If you're looking for interesting, creative craft brews and food, go check them out in Villa Park and Huntley. JPL Landscaping and Property Services. They've given us this fantastic firewood once again, so they're going to be keeping us warm for quite a while. Thank you so much, Jim. Mike's and Casey's Meat Markets. Well, we love their meats. That's as simple as it gets there. Thank you guys for your support as well. Jay and Jill Create, you guys are part of the family. Really appreciate everything you've done for us. Claremont Collections, the most impressive private car collection in the city. It is a museum. Go check them out. Consume cannabis. If you're going to consume cannabis. And then Angel Fancies is our newest sponsor, giving us this fantastic new sign. Check it out. Beautiful stuff. She does custom signs, shirts, everything else. Anything you need printed, check them out on Spring Road in Elmhurst. And as always, the Basement Boys. We love you guys. Bunch of crazies there. We love them. Bonfire Banter, keep watching. Thank you so much, everyone supporting us. Keep stoking those fires.